Hi, I'm Dr. Candace Cobb with Health Star. We've enjoyed a long-standing relationship with our friends at Blue Water Broadcasting. The Blue Water team is a mainstay in our advertising, not only because of the success of our campaigns, but because they truly understand what being a local business is all about.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertiser. If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I have a sad story to tell you. It may hurt your feelings a bit. Last night when I walked into my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen.
Do I look king?
I think I'll break off with my girlfriend. Her antics are queer, I'll admit. Each time I say, darling, I love you, she tells me that I'm full of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. Our baby fell out of the window. You think that her head would be split, but good luck was with her that morning. She fell in a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. An old lady died in a bathtub. She died from a terrible fit. In order to fulfill her wishes, she was buried in 6 feet of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. When I wasn't friends with the army, one day I looked into my kit. I thought I would find me a sandwich, but the darn thing was loaded with shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen.
Do you see what's on TV here?
And now, folks, my story is ended. I think it is time I should quit. If any of you feel offended, stick your head in a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy Hour, News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV for a Wednesday afternoon. I'm your gracious, occasionally truculent, and sneezy host, Greg Goodell. Pamela Dubuque riding shotgun. And look who's here. It's Joey.
And here they are. Joey.
You heard me. Yes, Joey. And the first question we have for young Joey this afternoon, because usually we're asking personal questions about his love life.
Yeah, right.
And we're quickly rebuffed. We can't find anything out about that. Why is the Kelly Clarkson show on TV here?
Because somebody left it on Channel 8.
You don't like Bill Burr, though?
Who's that?
Bill Burr. He's a comedian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, him. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the former Attorney General.
It's pretty funny.
Remember when Bill Burr was going to fix everything?
Oh,
he was the hardcore conservative AG that would put an end to the insanity in D.C.
Good thing Pam Bondi's on top of it.
Oh, God. An action figure of the year.
Yeah.
Or is she? This is interesting because on Monday's show, David Blackman announced, he said, I'm going to write a blog, or I was going to write a blog. In fact, I wrote a blog and then I decided not to publish it, but he said, I'm a person who studies patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And the blog he wrote and didn't reveal was about something big coming down
Yeah.
soon. And then he did publish that blog today. And what was cool, he captured all of our dialogue from the show, including Pamela's, and wrote a blog about it today.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool. Why are you sniffly?
Joey's cologne. I don't know. I was fine. I walked in the studio and all of a sudden, no,
Oh, okay.
I'm all stuffed up. How could I
You
smell
can
a
smell
cologne?
it if you like. If you smell my arm.
What is it? High karate?
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford. Who is Tom Ford and why does he have a cologne?
His scents are very good. It's like a tobacco vanilla thing.
I like Geo, except I ran out.
Aqua di Gio?
It's just Geo. Janelle's picked out all my colognes since she's been born. And it's subtle, just enough, you know.
I don't
That's
put
how
on a
mine
lot,
is.
so I can afford it.
Gucci Guilty.
Gucci Guilty.
Yeah, tobacco vanilla.
Tobacco vanille?
Mm-hmm.
Like vanilla tobacco?
Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me. I
Like
may
a
have to
cigar
burp
shop.
shortly. What?
Yeah, got it. And it gets a little sweeter as the day goes on.
I want both of you to know that I did my usual thing today, bike ride, watched all the news sources I could, took a nice bath in Epsom salts.
Oh, that's good. I love an
do that
Epsom
all the
salt
time
bath.
too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice.
Put on a clean shirt. We have bomb hours after the show tonight. Yet, when I pulled into my parking space in front of the building, I looked down and I had a chocolate strand.
Oh no!
I mean, I can't. I try to not do this, to not embarrass myself. But somehow I manage. So if you're seeing a big wet spot on TV, like right around here, that's...
No, I don't see any wet spots.
I poured coffee down my arm on the way here.
Well, I'm glad I'm not alone
Yeah.
among the awkward. Anyway,
Very
back to
fussy.
this thing. So it's possible we may see some arrests of some pretty big names.
John Brennan?
Mhm.
At least. And
That was the first one that David named.
yeah.
Yep.
There's others that also need to go face the music. Clapper, Comey, all of those people, because they basically participated in a coup d'etat. Question is, if they're arrested, do they have to be tried in D.C.? Because how do you convict anybody there?
I think in DC is the venue. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm not that excited because like the FBI is criminally investigating a thing again. How many times have we freaking heard that?
Yeah.
Remember the Durham report, the special counsel Durham
Yes.
is getting to the bottom of it. And no, if you're a Democrat, Robert Mueller, the Mueller report's coming every day, going to show how Trump and Russia is like, no.
Robert Mueller. He's another one that needs to be.
Well, he was so out of his wits that closing interview he did in front of Congress. He didn't even know it was in his own freaking report. He clearly didn't run that thing.
I will never forget the afternoon in 2021, I believe it was. During the show, the headline came that they had raided Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand today, they were looking for the Crossfire Hurricane documents that Trump declassified so he could take them out of the White House.
Sure.
All the stuff that would point fingers at these. Also heard this part of this.
I guess.
What's going on here? Do we have mold?
Oh,
Probably.
jeez.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be associated with mold
Somehow I'm immune to it.
so far.
Well, it is affecting my performance on the radio.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm feeling dark today. I don't know what that is.
Well, tell us more.
Pessimist.
Tell us about dark.
Well, the whole Epstein thing, and then you just look at the history of our government, and it's like we're run by a corrupt cabal of people that are willing to do anything,
Yeah.
and no matter who we vote for. So it's like, yeah, and then you see stuff like don't politicize the tragedy in Texas. And I'm like, I agree. Now, those same people who say don't politicize that, I'm sure they wouldn't politicize, like a young girl being killed by an illegal immigrant.
No.
Right.
No, that's the price we pay for the pleasure of having them here.
All right.
Because who's going to clean your toilet? I'm so sick of all this. Nobody's above the law, except for illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
They're above the law.
And the CIA.
And the CIA. And a lot of
Jeffrey Epstein, yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, apparently, too. Yeah.
Right.
So I believe David is right.
Sure.
But then when you get to the point, well, okay, so I'm sure there's more than enough evidence to charge them. But then you realize they got to go to court in D.C. in front of that Trump-hating, 92% Democrat? What chance do you have?
Well, I mean, all right, maybe we could hope for them to be embarrassed. Like, you can't throw them in a jail cell. At least embarrass them.
Embarrassed like I am right now with a big strand of caramel hanging off my lower lip.
Oh, is that a Snickers?
No, it's a Milky Way.
Oh,
nice.
I haven't had a Milky Way in a long time.
Which is basically a nutless Snickers bar.
Yeah, there's a lot of nougat to fill up the space.
The nougat. What a great invention.
It really is.
Who was the scientist? Who was the person that came up with nougat, the invention of nougat? Said, hey, this would be...
I'm looking at something, and it's teaching me something. It's that second headline there on Citizen Free Press.
Yes.
Fox News, Jackie Heinrich, she's the good-looking blonde White House reporter, gets engaged to Republican congressman. She's 36. Hey, that's my age. He's 51.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong with it. She's sick of dealing with men her age.
Yeah.
And probably for good reason.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say.
I'll just have to wait to get old.
So
there are probably women her age who are awful too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I can promise you that. What are you saying, Joey? What's going on?
No, I'm saying, like, I was just in Nashville. I'm like, oh, this is where all the women are.
Yeah.
Like, and I come back to Montgomery, and you go to the store, any store, and you're like, there's nobody. It's nothing. I'm gonna die alone. And I'm competing with people with power and money who've sold their soul to the devil.
Did you meet anybody in Nashville?
No.
You can date somebody from a different city.
Oh, God, that sounds like what I already do.
What's happening in our comments?
A lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can watch this show on YouTube's, by the way.
Tune in.
Happy Hour with Greg Goodell.
It's Spam and Mark Cumby just bouncing off each other.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Good guys.
Yep. Mark is talking about Amazon Prime. Prime Day sales have fallen nearly 41% in the first day of their 4-day event.
Well, what does that mean?
Yep. He's
What does
talking
that
about
mean?
how Grok went rogue.
Yeah. What happened there?
I don't know exactly what happened, but it started saying some really crazy stuff like, I'm Mecha Hitler. Like, Mecha Hitler is the final boss in the Wolfenstein video game from all those years ago.
Mega Hitler?
Mecha.
Oh,
Like
Mecha Hitler.
Like a mecha.
Like a Saudi Arabian
warrior.
Hitler.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or like a big robot Hitler.
Yeah, Mecha like MECHA.
Like
Oh.
a cyborg Hitler.
Right.
Yeah.
Cyborg was the word I was trying to think of. I'm like, how do we translate this?
But the Democrats told me that Donald Trump was Hitler.
Well, apparently it's Grok.
It's Grok.
No, they corrected it. And you can now ask Grok today, what happened yesterday? And he'll lay it out. Oh, I said a lot of things.
Huh. It's
And
weird.
He said a lot
It
of
is weird.
pretty
AI freaks me
anti-Semitic
out.
things, and they don't know exactly what wrong, but they're about to roll out the latest version of Grok 4. So
And what's going to make Grok 4 better than Grok 3?
it's a lot of computer science gobbledygook I don't completely understand.
I don't know. I don't use all that Chat GPT and Grok all that often.
I don't either. But let me ask you this. If you ask Siri a question, are you using artificial intelligence?
Not really, no. Apple really crapped the bed on their whole AI, Apple intelligence thing.
No,
Really?
she can't produce anything. Half
Yeah,
the time
it's
she's
awful.
like, look at what I found on the internet. And you're like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, none of it's intuitive. None of it streamlines the phone use or searching for things. Whereas with like Grok, I'll use Grok instead of Google, and it's pretty accurate.
And there's a huge trend on TikTok right now of people who use Grok like you do.
Mhm.
asking it to analyze you, like as a person,
Sure.
the user they've interacted with, and tell you like things about your personality or your tendencies and things like that. And they're pretty accurate profiles.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know, speaking of artificial intelligence, because we're going to get the details from Alexa,
Mhm.
that today is the shortest day of the year by 1/100th of a millisecond?
What?
Really?
And those of you who listen to Random Facts know that a millisecond is basically a jiffy in numerical units. Yes, listen.
Earth is spinning slightly faster, making July 9th, July 22nd, and August 5th up to 1.5 milliseconds shorter. At this rate, we will have a 25-hour day in just 200 million years. So if you are running late, congratulations. You're technically early by a fraction of a blink. Now go enjoy your extra micro nap.
So we've really covered a lot of ground so far in the show.
Can I be very narcissistic?
Yes.
Because I got all tight-lipped when Pamela brought up people asking the AI bot about themselves.
Have you done
I
it?
didn't do that, like give me a whole psychological profile, but I have been assembling a collection of essays,
Mm-hmm.
like the 100-something I've written for 1819 now over the last 3 years.
Oh, Mark Cumby just had a great idea.
Yeah.
Have AI curate who your perfect girl is based on its interactions with you.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that would be fun.
But I was able to whittle down like hundreds of essays to about 50 or so, and like I had to do a lot of work myself. The Grok can't do it or whatever. But I did plug in, okay, here's the 50 given analysis, and it says Joey Clark's deeper philosophical outlook beyond his political libertarianism is a nuanced stance between nihilism and idealism characterized by hopeful cynicism. He embraces human agency and free will as a defense against deterministic despair, finding meaning in personal relationships and narratives to counter existential absurdity, and anchors his hope and faith in redemption to transcend institutional decay. That sounds about right.
That's wildly accurate.
I don't understand the words you just said.
What?
And neither do I.
That's spot on.
On the knife's edge, Clark leans towards idealism through his belief in the enduring human spirit, yet a cynical awareness of human and institutional flaws keeps his philosophy grounded, offering compelling perspective, thanks, Grok,
Yeah.
that resonates with both existential angst and spiritual hope.
That's so true.
But if you do that on the radio, people only hear about 10, 20 seconds, and then they've decided who you are.
That's very accurate.
Actually, I love so many of our longtime listeners and callers because they really do. You get to know these people. They get to know you. They're the true secret sauce, I think, of talk radio. Oh, so you're asking?
I asked Grok who I am. Who am I?
Have you interacted with Grok? You need to have a history for it to provide you with something insightful.
Say, my name is Greg Budell.
Okay.
We already did have Grok give us all the Google amalgamation of Greg. It can look you up and tell us about you.
Does it awfully fast. That's what impresses me.
It doesn't know who you are and the nuances of Greg.
Right. My nuances stand out.
It makes me want to.
That's what life is.
To interact with the AI. And
The
do that,
difference
'cause
between
I
a great
love
life
that stuff.
and an ordinary life is nuance. It really is.
I think you're right about that. I just asked who is Greg Budell.
What did it say?
Greg Budell is a radio personality and journalist.
Oh, go! Wow, I got to promote. I'm a journalist.
Wait,
Wait a minute. I don't know if I want to be known as that these days.
What was it? What that one article said? The minstrel, something minstrel.
Oh yeah, it was
the ear tickler of the river.
No.
That's
oh
a
my
long time
gosh.
ago.
This was an earlier one from Florida. What was it?
Yeah,
Not rambling.
Wow.
Something like that.
rambling minstrel, something. Yeah.
By the way, needs to be updated because it says he hosts 2 shows, the morning show and happy hour, but it lists 2 former sidekicks on both those shows.
Oh,
Jessica Lynn and Rosie.
Vagabond minstrel.
Vagabond minstrel.
Yes, I love that. That's from 1993.
Known as a news jock, Budell blends his extensive morning music radio experience with talk radio, creating unique, uncategorizable shows. He's a 4-time Alabama Broadcaster Association Award winner and has been at Montgomery Radio for over 20 years, following a 25-year career in Miami as a morning show host and newsman. Started his career in Chicago, working with major networks, including WLS, and served as a PR coordinator for the band Styx.
Styx!
In the 1970s, earning credits on 3 of their albums.
Good ones, too.
That doesn't tell us a lot about Greg, really, though.
Yeah, that's just combing the internet real quick.
No, what it does say is, how does he keep his hands so soft and young looking with all those years of experience?
Nougat.
It's choking me.
Wait, I think that's a Three Musketeers wrapper.
There's 2 different ones there.
This is a Milky Way.
He's sampling from both.
Wow.
And I had the Three Musketeers very
That's
light.
the mother of nougat right there.
You know what it is? It's the caramel.
Yeah?
It burns.
It's thick.
You looking forward to bomb hours tonight?
Slothman said the exact inventor of nougat is unknown. It is believed that it originated in the 10th century in the Middle East.
God, when they're not terrorizing us, they're inventing things like nougat.
Let's get back to that.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
Okay.
Can you hang for a minute?
I guess I got.
No, don't give me that, Grandpa. You're out of Werther's. I have no more time for
I
you.
have to go to the production room and do things.
Oh,
yeah.
You can come back later.
I guess.
All right.
I just stayed 3 hours by myself. Don't you pity party me? I'll pity party you back.
You were here alone for 3 hours?
Yes.
2.5.
Oh.
Yeah, Pamela showed up and was very thankful for that.
Very
But like,
lucky.
yeah.
Very lucky. And I'm very happy to share her with you.
Okay.
Well, she's my girl, Joey.
I know.
Whether you like it or not, she's my girl.
I
She is
know.
part of this show. So when she's on your show,
Yeah.
it's only through my professional grace.
And I just feel so alone on the radio, and like it reminds me I'm gonna die alone, like everybody.
That through my professional grace, I'm delighted for you and her that you create something unique together on the air, and it works. It's a big picture, son. You go do your thing.
Change my show's name to Killing Time.
You know, part of that though is the heat, holidays in the rearview mirror. It's a slug at this point for the next 3 months. So buckle up, everybody.
Ugh.
We'll see where the show takes us, because even I'm not sure. I got a whole bunch of crazy topics. I'm starting with a movie, maybe. She is not sure what she wants to talk about today. There's just it's like that. It was like that in the morning show today. And Jay's not here. So, hey, any updates on Jay when he might be back?
I haven't heard anything. I was about to ask you.
I haven't heard anything. I'm not in the loop here. I have no pull.
I think he's doing stuff from home, but
yeah, you can. That's the amazing thing, that you can do that.
that was a serious surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he showed up, was it Monday?
I think it was yesterday. Yeah.
What are you doing here? You know, like, you're just not ready. I appreciate your trooperism, or whatever you call that crazy work ethic, but he just wasn't ready. All right. I got to do something here. I'm just not sure what. Let me see what the market did today.
It's up.
It's up. Of course it's
About
up.
400 points.
Because Donald
200.
Trump is our president. So, in fact, most of the indexes are in the green today. That's good. Brant McDonald will join us around 5:15 this afternoon to give us the insights behind the scenes. And Brant is always available to you with his brilliant team at Invista Advisors to consult you on a financial plan with no high pressure pitch or any of that stuff. 387-0094 is the number to call.
Traffic is brought to you by Dillon Rings. Dillon Rings has great watches and beautiful rings. Or have Josh design a piece of jewelry for you. Shop Dillon Rings now at 119 Brown Springs Road. And check them out on Facebook.
Well, if you're headed into Montgomery right now on I-65 southbound, right around mile marker 190, County Road 40, Pine Level, we have a crash there. Watch out for emergency vehicles. Also, if you're on 231 leaving Wetumpka northbound, right near Jones Corner Road, we've got a minor accident there. We believe that one may be cleared, but please use caution if you're there. Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. Light to mostly moderate traffic, building just a little bit, and we got some rumbles of thunder in the area. Buckle up and drive carefully. We'll keep you updated. Up to $10,000 off the last of the 2024 Nissan Z-Cars at McKenna Nissan. Only one left. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan exit 212. That's off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Jack Ingram Nissan. Shop now at jackingramnissan.com.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The Otaro County Sheriff's Office is conducting a death investigation after a person was found stabbed to death in a home Monday night. Authorities responded to October Drive around 10 p.m. where they found the victim dead and another person passed out. Details are very limited, but authorities suspect drugs or alcohol were involved. An Auburn football linebacker was one of 2 men arrested Monday after a traffic stop in Dadeville. During a search of the vehicle, officers found a large amount of marijuana, a pistol, and United States currency. Among other crimes, 19-year-old Auburn freshman D'Angelo D.J. Barber was charged with trafficking marijuana, a Class A felony in Alabama. A Montgomery man is facing child abuse charges after he allegedly abused a 6-year-old girl. 38-year-old DeCarlos Gardner is accused of hitting the girl in the eye with a belt while whipping her on February 28th. Gardner is charged with child abuse torture. The child is currently in the custody of foster care and has been placed in another home. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
In the market for a used car? Visit jackingram.com to view our selection of luxury, domestic, and imported vehicles. With 8 locations and online at jackingram.com, Jack Ingram Motors is sure to have the perfect car for you.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
So our topic this afternoon is,
Joey,
what's with this boy?
What do you mean?
Well, I tried to teach him, not politics or anything like that. Life. Spent a lot of time together, 3 hours in the afternoon, day after day. Tried to tell him about my mistakes so he wouldn't be, he's going to make his own.
Yeah.
I just didn't want him to make mine. And he's done a good job of not making mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand how that young man, with all he brings to the table, making huge money, his intelligence.
The girlfriend thing?
Yeah. You're maybe it's me, because another one of my closest friends is always, "There's nobody, I'm gonna die alone," and all this.
I don't know. It's interesting that he says that he's worried that he's gonna die alone, because I think he's waiting like for the one.
If he stays a libertarian, he will die alone. We know that, but
I think he's waiting for the one on purpose to not settle.
Oh.
But he says that he's worried he's going to die alone, but I think he's doing it purposely.
I think he's a settle phobe. I think he's afraid of settling.
Nobody wants to settle. Settle for the person that's wrong for him.
Oh yeah, where you compromise everything and
Yes.
and you take a
Because
puzzle
you're
piece.
so afraid of being alone that you just are with whoever.
Yes.
And that's misery.
How do we get this nitwitted Kelly Clarkson show off the monitor?
I don't know. Who is this girl? She looks familiar.
Zendaya?
No.
Zoe Saldana? I have no
No.
idea. Just if you just know enough celebrity names, eventually you'll be right. Because who doesn't want to be on the Kelly Clarkson show?
I don't know which channels are what.
Oh God! You know what? You just channel surf on this TV, and it's going to be one channel after another with mouthy bitches.
Oh gosh.
Seriously, it's crazy town. I'll take the call. You
Okay.
try 954. See what comes up there. Who's calling us, please?
Yeah, Gabby the golf pro.
Gabby the golf pro. I was just thinking about you the other day. Seriously, I got to get up. See your. How are you feeling? First of all,
I'm doing good. I got my my A1C is down to 7.4, so I think I'll be able to do my heart surgery real soon. So that's all going good. But I had to call and talk to Pam because Pam does great work. She's a great asset to your show.
Yes.
Team player and all that. But the vagabond minstrel thing, I'm telling you, a vagabond is a wanderer, is like a gypsy, and
Yes.
you can't be Mr. Miami for 20 and work for 25 years in Miami and then come to Montgomery for 20 and be considered a vagabond. So
it almost makes me sound stable.
We talked about it before, and it was because he went between stations, right?
Yeah, that was the vagabond. It wasn't location; it was radio stations. And I was with one station for over 10 years, another for over 4, and then there were like half a dozen where I did various amounts of time.
Well, I still think you're a professional, a class act, and I just, I don't think it's a negative thing, but I'm just like, you're a minstrel, you're an entertainer, and I love that you can't be categorized. I think that's perfect because I can't put you in a box. There's no way.
Well, how can you know what I'm doing here or put me in a box when I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here most days? I have an idea.
Well, listen, y'all have fun at Baumhauer's tonight. I just wanted to call and put my 2 cents in, and y'all keep up all the good work, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you, my
See ya.
friend. Yeah. Good luck with everything.
Y'all take-
Stay healthy, buddy. He is a great guy. And he's a golf pro.
My dad does that. I mean, he went to PGA school to be a golf pro, but
Wow.
he just golfs now. He used to do the pro part. Now it's just a title, and he does the golf for leisure and pleasure.
I got my first and only hole-in-one when I was 14 on a 200-yard hole. I have a certificate. I've won awards and all kinds of great stuff. I've been very lucky. But the one thing I've managed to never lose is my certificate from Spalding Sports Equipment,
Wow,
certifying me as a hole-in-one
that's cool.
thing.
A hole-in-one thing, achiever.
Yeah, achiever. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a nicely embossed certificate, witnesses, and I'm proud of that. It's like one, unless you're a pro and you get them from time to time, because the odds are like 1 in 144,000 of ever getting one.
I've never even played a round of golf. I've been to the driving range. I can hit the crap out of a ball.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
You know who I keep telling to go to the driving range? The Cougar.
To meet somebody.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I said, you want to meet winners? You want to meet people that make money? Because poor people don't play golf.
Right, it is a rich man's sport.
Losers don't play golf. Well, you just have to have a healthy income.
Yep.
Go to the driving range and look like you don't know what the hell you're doing. And men,
Want to be the savior.
they'll see you flouncing around and flailing away.
If
And,
she looks cute.
you know,
Put on one of those little golf skirts.
oh, look at that woman over there trying to hit the ball. And they'll come over and they'll offer you tips. I mean, by tips, I mean
Mhm.
advice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean doing for her anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she has refused. Of course, that's the way it always is. It's like her car. When
Mark said he sent you another chat GPT thing of us.
oh,
Yep.
well, I can't wait to see it. Let's take a look. Another News Talk promo from Chat GPT. I see.
What is that?
You look great, but I don't like the way I look. I don't look anything like
my
me.
hair is brown though.
You're listening to Happy Hour with Greg and Pamela on News Talk 93. Yeehaw. Is that what we are today? A couple of goobers?
I'm always a goober.
It's like when she's got that cute little monster convertible, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it clearly had, it's the paint had started to develop issues.
Yes.
That couldn't be washed off. It was from underneath. So clearly some work needed to be done. I take it to Donnie Turner over at Montgomery Paint and Body and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, we can't do that. And then she knocked her side view mirror off on
the trash can incident.
Because those big green trash cans are so hard to see. They just come out of nowhere.
Come out of nowhere.
Yeah. So what does she do? I take it to, Donnie Turner could probably, get that thing back on in a short amount of time. Does she do that? No. She goes to Ace Hardware or someplace and buys duct tape.
It was painter's tape first.
Oh, painter's tape. Yeah, that was the first.
The blue tape.
And then she put a plastic bag around it, and it looked like male parts dangling off the side of the window.
My gosh.
It just got worse and worse and worse.
Because it got water in it, or?
Then finally, like it was some kind of big deal, she admitted the error of her ways and took it to Donnie. And look at the car. I mean, it not only looks amazing, good as new, maybe better. Are you kidding? It's good as new. But the impact it had on her persona has been profound. She's actually been really happy and
really,
yeah, most of the time, nice. Yeah, cooperative, teammate. So taking your car to Montgomery Paint and Body can produce profound personality changes for the positive, right? Anyway. So it's more than just your car looking good as new, maybe better. Perhaps you can get a human being to behave as good as new, maybe better. That's a nice thing whenever you can make that happen. MPB, by the way, is on the boulevard at East Shirley Lane. Their number is 27REC, REC spelled with a W, thank you. All right, we're going to check in with Skipper now. We got Rich's forecast, and I have no idea what we're doing till 6.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you got a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Well, we have a new accident, I-85 southbound. This is going to be just past Ann and Jackson Hospital near Forest Avenue. We are seeing a lot of slow traffic from Ann all the way down past Jackson. So please use caution there. Don't have a cam exactly on it, so please use caution. Also got an accident, Highway 31 northbound. That's Mobile Highway just before Selma Highway 80 near the Winn-Dixie. Moderate crash there. And they're still working an accident, 65 southbound, just before County Road 40 and Pine Level. If you come out of Clanton headed to Montgomery, use caution. Very busy everywhere. We've got some rain in the area. The workhorse specials at Thompson Tractor. See the all-new Cat 255 compact track loader. 3-year warranty, 74-inch bucket, 1,000-hour filter kit, only $73,655. 0% financing. Thompson Tractor off I-85 past Taylor Road. Wendell J. Skywatch Traffic.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Subtle changes in our forecast over the next few days in that we'll still be in the low to mid-90s. We'll still have triple-digit heat indices nearing the 105 danger range. There will still be a fair amount of sunshine, but in the afternoon hours, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the number of storms on the radar will increase. Still random. Not every town will get a big downpour, but some towns will get a lot. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. Lows at night will be in the low to mid-70s. Pretty typical July forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's teen driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Woodward, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Did you know that more Americans listen to radio than use Facebook each week? Did you know that 77% of listeners would try a brand or product endorsed by their favorite radio personality? Contact me, Cheryl Woodward, by going to BlueWaterBroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Hey guys, this is Todd Clark with River Region Contracting, your premier roofing contractor in Central Alabama. So remember the name, River Region Contracting, for all your roofing needs. We're not affiliated with any other roofing company in the River Region. We've been in the roofing business since 2005. We don't have to buy our leads, and we don't have to knock on doors when the storms come around. We have thousands of satisfied customers throughout Central Alabama. So call us at 334-356-8635. That's 334-356-8635.
Put the power of Action 8 News in the palm of your hand. Download the free Action 8 News app to stay on top of breaking news wherever you are. Search for WAKA News in your app store to download the Action 8 News app today. Keep your family safe by watching Action 8 News. Look for 8 on your side consumer alerts with product recalls involving cars, food, children's toys, and other items in your home. 8 on your side, keeping you safe only on Action 8 News.
The Tierce family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
More Americans get their news on social media than TV. So we're bringing social media to television. This is SMNN, the Social Media News Network.
Our top story. Donald Trump is the worst president ever. Hashtag no king. Stand by. This just in. Shut up, snowflake. Trump rules MAGA. And now the latest from the Middle East. But first, check out this adorable dog video. Oh, that is so cute. I know I promised Middle East news, but my attention span is so short I don't even care about that anymore. Now for sports. Well, as an avid golfer, all I'm seeing on my feed are golf swing instruction videos. We'll be right back on SMNN with a live update from Hawaii from your high school classmate who's way more successful than you. Stick around.
It is 3:48 on News Talk 93.1 FM. I have a video queued up.
I see that.
That was sent to me. Hang on. All the way of breaking news about an accident.
Uh-oh. Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
Car just hit somebody on a motorcycle at Bell Road and Atlanta Highway.
Oh, no.
So when you have a pedestrian situation, this can become a real mess.
I hope they're okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But for those of you commuting on Atlanta Highway, east or west,
Oof.
near Bell Road, if you're headed in that direction, it could clog up there very quick. So please take these candy bars away from me. I have half a Snickers and half a Three Musketeer, and
I really hope they weren't coming down Atlanta Highway like at high speed and hit somebody going through that intersection. That is awful.
Terry Adams, my friend of many years, who was in the motorcycle business. Sometimes during a break, we would pop behind the building and have a fresher breath smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally you would see, and it's always a particular type of motorcycle. It's not a Harley.
Like a crotch rocket?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd see one of them come through easily at 90 to 100 miles an hour, maybe even more than that, weaving in and out. And nothing ticked him off more than seeing that.
That's scary.
Because it was disrespect to the motorcycle. It gives all motorcycle riders the wrong reputation. And he just absolutely hated that. And man, the worst was South Florida, because you could almost never go on I-95 for more than a couple of miles without somebody running up your rear end out of nowhere at the speeds they were traveling. So let's hope that wasn't the case. Thank you, Correspondent Donnie, for that heads up, and we'll make sure Skipper gets that information as well, because that is a place where things can go bad very quickly. So let's go back to Epstein for a moment and this clip. Now, I am not sure of this guy's name, but I know I've seen him. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the son of a well-known New York mob guy. Somebody maybe in the comments knows who this is. That information is not available on the info that comes with the clip, but I'm pretty sure I know. In fact, he lived in Florida. So he must have gotten caught or done some time for something mob related. And he was a cellmate of Jeffrey Epstein.
You were in the same prison as Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
What do you think happened?
Jeffrey Epstein would have to be a magician to try to hang himself in that cell. I was in that cell. There's no way there's nothing on the ceiling. The bedpost is this high. I couldn't even go to a restroom without them walking back and forth and having me on camera. You know, there's no way he committed suicide.
So you reckon he was killed?
Yeah.
Why?
I believe that. I mean, look, there's no doubt there was powerful people involved with him, 100%. These people have a way of covering things up.
Is it true that your dad was in a relationship with Marilyn Monroe and that upset the Kennedys and they put the FBI onto him?
My dad had a tendency to embellish things, but I believe that to be true. It all made sense. When he wouldn't tell me until after my mother passed away. He didn't want to be disrespectful. But when he told me and I put two and two together, it sounded right. Yeah.
So what happened to JFK?
100%. The mob was involved in that hit. Yeah. I believe it was set up by the CIA or the government agency.
Yeah.
And like they did before, they came to us several times before. They wanted our help, and we did it.
And let's face it, knowing what we know about the government, do you think that they could get out of their own way long enough to not only succeed, but pretty much keep the truth away from the public for over half a century? More than that. Just saying, I do believe there were mob camps. First of all, with JFK, Marcello, the mob boss that was based in New Orleans, for whatever reason, one time he was picked up, transported out of he was deported. They dropped him off in the middle of some jungle in South America, landed the plane, kicked him out and said, good luck. It took him, I don't know how many weeks or months to get back, but he did get back to the U.S. And that filled him with a resolve. In fact, he's the guy that, Marcello is the guy that made the alleged deathbed confession at the end of his life that he, in fact, knocked off JFK or had an involvement in it. He didn't pull the trigger, but he knew. And then the old man, Joe Kennedy, was, why does Ed Helms get so many roles on TV? He's just not funny.
This is The Office.
How did that get on TV?
I don't know. It's on E!
Because we could just put
now.
the TV volume up and broadcast The Office. It'd be more fun.
Does this remote work for both TVs?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. What? How does it?
There's
do that?
Dwight Schrute. They're in a garbage dump.
We're watching The Office.
I'll answer the phone. Hi. Good. No, please work on that. Who are we speaking with?
It's Papa B.
Papa B, what's
Welcome
up?
to chaos.
Well, just saying, next day, it's just the next day. That's what it is. There's no difference, is there? Really? I think it's pretty much just the same kind of conversation we were having yesterday. But
Yeah.
that's all right.
I don't know.
It's like that on
Jordan,
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Master Thespian.
Can we watch the Weather Channel?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, here's my thing, Greg. You know, if these bunch of folks killed a President Kennedy, and they did,
Mm-hmm.
how long would a director of the FBI last? What's the life expectancy? What's the life expectancy of a deputy FBI director? Or an attorney general, for that matter? And, I mean, goodness gracious, we saw Trump they tried to assassinate him twice. If you believe the rumors, more than that.
Mm-hmm.
These are some very nasty people, and they don't mind making outright threats to both you and your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
You know-
do. They have an agenda, and they will meet their goal by any means necessary.
Any means necessary. So, and here's what this is what I've been trying to get across the whole time. Look, there are some knots that are just so bad that you just can't untangle them where you want to, when you want to, and how you want to.
Yeah, we need to cut the
would
rope.
like to see the whole thing. Definitely, I'd like to see it. Don't get me wrong, but this is just a big old pile of stink right here,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to. I think just take it apart one piece at a time, and you got to kind of do it on the dark side instead of out in broad daylight. And so I'm just hoping, praying, wishing, maybe believing that there are some things that are happening that we're just not going to be privy to until enough of that knot gets unraveled that we can see it, if ever.
Yeah.
You know, if you believe Q, and I don't know if you did or not. There's a
No,
lot
I
of
was
things
not
on there that
I looked into Q like a lot of people did, but I just couldn't hang in there with
I
that.
used to follow
know,
Q. Some
I know.
of it is
Look,
very compelling.
There were just
I believe there are
too
some.
many crazy predictions that didn't even come close to being true.
I understand, but you know, one thing that was said is that 80% of the people that are guilty, the people, you know, the American people just can't know about it because the crimes are so bad,
Yeah.
just so bad, just so vile. And now that I believe.
I believe that too. Maybe Trump has to use his own dirty tactics behind the scenes, and we just
very
have
well
to
could be.
trust the process.
I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys. Well,
What?
listen, thanks a lot, and I appreciate you letting me
Love
call
you,
in.
Papa B.
That was Joey, my son.
No, I mean, it might be something that it's such a big, dirty truth that can't talk about it.
They're not going to pull that. Well, we just don't think the American public can handle it.
Well, okay, it's all this child trafficking stuff.
Yeah.
What if the CIA, in order to get other things done, has to look the other way on that stuff?
I don't like that.
No.
Right.
That's a non-negotiable for me.
Right. And then I agree. But what if that person who made that choice plays out the chessboard for you? Okay, here's if we stop everything, what happens?
And bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah, I think that I was trying to say it on my show that there's so much that's done in the shadows that it creates monsters you can't really even touch. And if you go after them, you're going to have to rebuild things from scratch. I don't like it. I'm kind of in the camp of let's rebuild it from scratch.
Tear it down and rebuild it.
But it would be ugly. There are certain, I suspect that's what's going on.
After you left, Pamela and I briefly discussed your life.
Yeah, sure.
Of course we did.
Well, it's easy to discuss briefly.
As soon as you left the room, he's like,
Just by chance, you know, the whole dial-alone thing.
Oh,
so just by chance, I came across a clip in my system called Social Network Alone.
Okay.
This may be of interest. I don't remember this. I have no idea what's on it. And if it's stupid, we'll stop it.
You know what the problem with Facebook and Twitter is? Too many damn people.
That's why I created Alone, the antisocial network. A place for that hermit you saw in Hoarders, the crazy cat lady, or that seemingly bright but odd fellow who's writing his manifesto. Alone, the antisocial network, is a place for people in their own little worlds who choose not to communicate with each other. Kind of like married folks. On Alone, you won't find any repetitious celebrity self-promotion. You'll never be tagged in an embarrassing photo that features you in a powder blue tuxedo, and there are absolutely no housewives making snarky comments. And Alone has an online game. It's called Solitaire. You feel me? With Alone, you can't follow anyone, and no one can follow you. What do you care? You don't have any friends anyway. All by myself. Introducing Alone, the antisocial network. Be yourself. By yourself.
I don't think Joey's antisocial. It's not that.
Selectively social.
Yes.
He does come to Baumhauer's once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to urge you to do that again sometime.
Okay, sure.
It could make a big thing. I mean, like, hey, Island of Misfit Women. We're all gathering in one location.
Let's have a
tonight.
speed dating night.
Yeah.
If you do that, I'm doing the whole night as Lindsey Graham.
Oh, geez.
I'll have to think about that.
Okay.
That's-
I'll meet your threat with my threat.
That's a genuine deterrent.
Yes.
A genuine deterrent. We have a
So
caller.
you might find like the perfect match for you who
So what
totally
sort of-
leans into it.
What sort of nail polish you have there, girl?
Here's Kim.
Yeah, I just have a thought. You know, the Biden administration had that file, and if there had been something, you know, about Trump in it, they would have put it out. But I'm wondering if they, knowing that Trump was going to let that list be made public, if they destroyed it before Pam Bondi ever got her hands on it.
It's possible.
There was so much smoke coming out of the White House before Trump came back. I thought they were electing a new
Right.
pope in there somewhere.
Right. So I'm just wondering if the file that she has is not the complete thing.
Yeah, they gave her a bunch of baloney.
That could very well
just
be.
so that Trump would look bad, not be able to keep that promise.
You know what? The harder they tried, look, he's back in office. The worse they were to him, the more votes he got. When are they going to be able to add 2 and 2? But they're Democrats, and you got to have the government.
But there are a lot of folks that are big Trump supporters that are very disappointed in this. And I'm
Yes.
just wondering if it was just a way that the previous administration could undermine him.
Yeah, I
Just
hope
wondering.
Trump will reconsider the. This is not an acceptable answer. It's just like, remember
No.
country singer John Rich, after the president was bragging on the vaccine, met with him privately and said, Mr. President, you should not be talking about that. This is not something the American public wants to discuss.
Right.
In
Right.
fact,
Well,
those who
I
vote for you
I
are
wish-
overlooking that aspect of your first term.
Yeah. I wish what they had said instead was, we expected to find what you expected to find.
Yeah.
And it's just not there. We're going to continue to investigate. If we find any evidence that anyone destroyed part of this file to keep the American public from having it, then we will be the first to tell you. I wish that had been the answer.
Meanwhile, Kim, what are we going to do about Joey?
Oh, God.
I don't know what we're going to do about Joey.
Well, if you have any ideas, you're welcome to call back or email me privately at gregbiedel@aol.com. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I liked her. Oh, it's Sam. Let's talk to Sam. He hardly ever calls.
Hey, Hey, Gregory, I've got an idea. It hit me a little while ago. With ICE being so well funded now over the next few years, there are going to be many detention centers popping up.
Yeah.
And what I'm pushing for, I think each one of those detention centers should have a chapel. There are going to be a lot of girls coming through those places, a lot of them that may want to stay. And during that 30 days or so, they're getting processed. We'll be able to look over their bios. And hey, man, even I might even just go pick me out one, go down and get married. So I just see this over the next few years. It's a wonderful thing, and coming to a neighborhood close. So that's my idea on that.
We appreciate it, Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, detention center life. I'm going to do it.
Why not? I had lots of Cuban relations in the 80s. I don't think that's quite the way I wanted to put that. I learned a lot about the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Including somebody who yelled at me in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because I made a key lime pie batter, poured it into the shell, and then with a graceful flourish, used the side of my hand to sweep the rest of it in the pie. He said, "Did you wash your hands before you did that?" And I said, "No. I washed my hands." No, wait a minute. I washed my hands before I made the pie. But the minute you touch anything, and I was pissed off.
No, you should be.
That's why God gave us some.
Man.
Yeah.
I think
That was the end of that.
if somebody's not in the
She was-
kitchen participating in the cooking, they shouldn't say anything for the most part.
Right.
You should make up for it in other ways.
Mark said he sent you more chat GPT thingies.
Oh, okay. We'll look at those in a moment. When life sends you a crisis, how you navigate the crisis has everything to do with the outcome. I've coined a term for Duncan Tomlinson, and it's called legal leadership, because knowledge of the law, obviously that's important. They have that. Experience is important. They have plenty of that too. They've tried hundreds of family law cases. But Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson have that gift that you cannot learn, cannot be taught. You either have it or you don't. To look somebody in the eye and say, here's the plan. This is how we're going to get from this part of it to the end. Just follow the directions and we will see that you get where you need to be. That takes so much off your mind. It totally kneecaps, if you will, your personal urge to try and manage it yourself. You've got to be able to turn it over. That's how you navigate life in general, letting people who are best equipped to handle situations take care of them, because they're so emotional, so volatile, highly charged. Legal leadership, there's nothing like it. And they have it at Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson's law office. If you'd like to learn more about the family, they handle divorce and separations and people from the past who come back looking to change an existing agreement. They also work with adoptions, blended families. They can write you a will. All of their services are listed at this web address, the AlabamaFamilyLawyers.com. Now, many of you listening, okay, I don't have any crisis. You may know somebody who does. Do not hesitate to recommend this phone number, 819-4810 for Delk and Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
The representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, at 5 minutes after 4 o'clock, here's Skipper.
Well, we have an accident on I-85 southbound just past Jackson Hospital. If you're coming down the ramp from Forest Avenue, right side of the ramp is open, and they've got one lane of traffic against the center divider open. They've also got the right lane on the shoulder open now, so 2 lanes of traffic, both outside lanes. You'll have to merge, and traffic's backed up to Ann Street. We understand they're about to clear the accident, Highway 31 northbound near the Winn-Dixie, just before Highway 80. That one could be out of your way by the time you get there. Please buckle up, drive carefully. Very busy everywhere in Montgomery right at the moment. Up to $6,000 off, the last of the 2024 Nissan Frontiers at McKenna Nissan. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J., Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Here at Adams Drugs, we let our customers do the talking. I'm here with Ronnie Taunton, who was a longtime customer of Adams Drugs, moved away for 3 years, and came back to town recently. Ronnie, what did you do for another pharmacy when you moved out of town?
When we moved to Fairhope, we were looking for a local. We did not want to go to a big box store. And we did find one, but the service was not up to par. Adams Drug really spoiled us.
What was it like to come back to Adams Drugs again?
It was very easy. We picked up the phone when we got back, came up to Prattville and called the branch there in Prattville, and they took that phone call and did the rest of it. We didn't have to do a thing. It was very simple. We're glad to be back with them. They're so efficient and customer service oriented.
Come in to any of our 12 Adams Drugs locations. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net to find the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous.
But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/radio. That's leaffilter.com/radio.
It's Johnny from Sinclair's on Vaughn Road. We've been in business almost 30 years.
Sinclair's East, Vaughn at Taylor.
I think if you hadn't tried us, you should give us a try. We've got a great menu, offered anything from chicken fingers, wings, salads, fajitas. At lunchtime, we do great country lunch with different vegetables and different meats every day.
Sinclair's, where you get great sandwiches and our daily meat and 3 special at lunch, to great pasta, chicken, steaks, and seafood for dinner.
Our most popular items are, we got a soup called she crab soup, which is extremely popular. We've got a bunch of pasta dishes, which people love. Mediterranean chicken is my favorite.
Sinclair's.
We do live music, light stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, maybe 3-piece bands or 4-piece bands.
Come see why Sinclair's has seen lesser restaurants come and go over the years. Johnny Sullivan Sinclair's at the corner of Vaughn and Taylor. Find them on Facebook at Sinclair's East. Google search Sinclair's Restaurant. Sinclair's.
Today is July 9th, Intern Appreciation Day. Dear intern, you do menial and degrading tasks no one else wants to do, and you do it for no money. We just like to say we appreciate that. Have a great Intern Appreciation Day, right after you fetch us more coffee. Let's go, quick like a bunny. I'm thirsty over here.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
411.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin told reporters he's grateful and emotional after his wife, along with some friends and family members, were among those who actually had to be rescued in the Texas flooding last weekend. The search for bodies continues in Texas Hill Country. Governor Greg Abbott says some 161 people are still unaccounted for. Former President Biden's White House doctor is refusing to answer questions as part of the House Republican investigation into Biden's health while in office and whether or not there was a cover-up. Dr. Kevin O'Connor invoked his rights under the Fifth Amendment during a closed-door interview before the House Oversight Committee. The U.S. is weathering its worst measles crisis in 3 decades. Experts say it's so bad the U.S. actually runs a risk of losing its status as a country that has eliminated measles. This is SRN News.
Hey, I'm Brant, and her name is Sherry.
Hello.
She's a friend of mine whom we were just praying for because of a surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is
Medi-Share.
That is right.
Yeah. So what was your experience like with Medi-Share and the healthcare bills?
Honestly, Brant, seamless. And what a blessing that is when you're already nervous about a health issue, which I was.
Yeah.
Members shared my expenses. There were 0 problems. And let me tell you, having people pray with you when you call in with your need, that is just...
It is refreshing.
Yes, that's what it is.
But I keep telling people love Medi-Share and they love saving tons of money too. The typical family can save $500 a month.
I am very thankful for Medi-Share. It is so different, and I mean different in a very, very good way.
It is good different. Call now. They're easy to talk to, and you can get a price within 2 minutes. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
I'm filling my cart, shopping online, celebrating Christmas in July. Amazon is coming to my house. Buying lots of stuff because it's Prime Day. Boxes are clogging up my doorway. Amazon is coming to my house. Delivered by their blue trucks, delivered by the mail. I don't need any of this crap, but at least it was on sale. Oh, I'm gonna go broke shopping on Prime. while Jeff Bezos takes every last dime. Amazon is coming to my house.
What is it we heard at the onset of the show this morning? That, well, we know yesterday Bezos sold a ton of stock.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
And Master Thespians joined us, and the revenues this year were down like 40% for Prime Day.
Oh, boy, they.
Yeah, after the first day.
Yeah.
That's what Mark Cumby said.
Yeah.
Wow.
People don't have money. I mean, in order to buy stuff, you got to have money to buy it. If you don't have any money, you can't buy nothing.
That's really true.
But what about credit cards? That's money.
Their credit cards are maxed too.
That's
they
true.
did that during the Biden administration. They don't have any money.
This is true.
I keep stacking those sats, baby. Buying up that Bitcoin.
That's why I'm working Domino's in the weekends, man.
Mm-hmm.
Paying the bills. You got to pay the bills.
It was kind of great the other day.
I don't think
Oh yeah.
I ordered a pizza, and it was kind of later, and all of a sudden I get a call. It's like, this is the delivery driver, Sam. And my honest first reaction was, why the hell's the delivery driver calling me? They never call me.
And I always do. I am a good delivery driver.
And then it hit me after we hung up. I'm like, oh, it's Master Thespian. So I met him.
This man works hard. He takes care of his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get out of the car and there's Joey Clark walking toward me. I was like, what are you doing here? He says, I live here.
You didn't see his name before you called him?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
didn't. It's love all, serve all.
And by the
But,
way,
it was fun.
my favorite pizza is Domino's.
It is good.
Guess what?
It is.
They got the deal going on right now till August the 3rd, where you can get any size pizza, any crust, any toppings you want, $9.99.
Wow. You know what my favorite is from
It's
there?
nuts.
The spinach and feta stuff.
Oh,
bread.
yes. It's very, very good.
Stuff's phenomenal.
The thing though that when I order Domino's, I always order extra cheese.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I always just get the New York style pepperoni. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. You know what else you guys do that's really good?
What's that?
The bites. The Parmesan bites.
Oh, yes. Those are to die for.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You cannot eat all of them in one sitting unless you have many people there. But they microwave nicely.
Yeah,
a day or
they're
two
good.
later.
Do you ever get the lava cakes?
Yes, I've known to have a lava cake here and there.
Yeah.
Right.
Diabetic coma in a box. That's what we call it.
Anyway, on the Fat Kid Hour of Happy Hour.
Oh, and there's the stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah.
We got that stuffed crust pizza. It's like a combination of pizza and cheesy bread all in one.
Let's hear it for Domino's. There you go.
Yeah, after you eat it, you got to take a nap because you're like, oh, I just ate 4,000 calories.
Oh, gosh.
I just had something really important to talk about, and now I can't remember what it is.
I don't know.
Is that the place we both went to?
Yeah.
Yes, Montgomery Men's Health. I was there today.
Oh, yeah.
Talked to Hannah and the staff. I mean,
They're awesome.
They are just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak specifically to guys. Where did my libido go? Whatever. Why don't I have any energy? Why am my sleep cycle is terrible? I never feel rested. I never have. I want to exercise. I know I need to, but I never have the energy to do it. It's called Montgomery Men's Health, not Montgomery Men's Sexual Health. Yes, they treat everything there that you can deal with, including remedies that are not widely advertised, but they're there and they work, and you need to talk to them about those.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about a complete approach to your well-being and health. Look, I'm no spring chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I'm up at 3:30 most mornings. I do a show. I have to put up with certain difficult people that I will not name by name. I may name them by sound effect, but I will not name them by name.
She who must not be named, yes.
Go home, grab a snack and a nap. And then today I did 6 miles on my bike.
Oh, good.
You're getting close to that milestone. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4,000. I'll have it by Labor Day, well before Labor Day.
Yeah, he's going to hit it. Yeah.
And then come back here. And then I'm going to Baumhauer's after the show. That's pretty good.
Well, and I have to say this. There was a whole phase many moons ago when we were still doing this thing together where you were like really morbid and mopey. I mean, I can relate. I get that way too.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden that routine, you just you're like you said you're no spring chicken, but you're like a rooster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, now that you mentioned it.
No, I see. That's a crazy schedule.
Well, going for that test, that $99 testosterone test can be a game changer, because guess what? You have to, if your number is low or below normal, it can be fixed.
Yeah.
And that's the key. It's just an amazing difference, and it's very natural. It's not like taking a medication or a drug that's not naturally produced by your body, where you can have all kinds of reactions and symptoms. So here's the deal. The staff is important. Hannah, the PA there, is amazing, because you got to feel comfortable with people when you're trying to improve your life. And it's not just in one way, but a multiplicity of ways that Montgomery Men's Health has made a difference. I'm glad you were here so we could talk about that for a minute. It really is a game changer. So guys, get over whatever it is that's prevented you. Oh,
including young dudes too, 20s, 30s.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
not feeling good, go get checked by them.
And maybe you've got pills that you've tried for ED that just aren't getting it done. Well, there are many, many other options out there, but they're not going to arrive on your doorstep and say, here I am. You got to go check it out.
Yep.
So call 440-3663, 334-440-3663, or you can learn a little bit more online at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. They're fantastic people, and they have helped thousands of guys. Thank you for the help there, young man.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So Master Thespian has made it in.
Yes. I brought me beaver buddies with me. Some
Beaver buddies?
Animal crackers from Buc-ee's. Yeah.
I went
So
to the
I'll share
Boosie's
these with
to
everybody.
and from.
Yeah.
Yes, the one in Athens, Alabama. Stop.
We had a friend that was coming into the Atlanta airport that needed us to pick him up. And so my wife and I hopped in the car and we went up there and picked up. Yeah, I was amazed at how it all worked out. I mean, we got there right when he got off his flight.
That's no little jaunt.
Oh,
to
no.
go pick somebody up at Atlanta airport.
Yeah, it's easy.
But we
It's
hit
close.
We hit Buc-ee's on the way back, and we that's where we were at midnight on July the 4th. We were, and I was amazed there was a bunch of people there at Buc-ee's at midnight. I mean,
I
yeah.
stopped one
Crazy.
time on the way home from North Carolina. It was like 4 a.m, and it was like busy for a gas station.
Yeah.
Pamela, would you like?
No,
with
thank
a
you.
mere 150 pumps and a convenience store the size of a Walmart.
Yeah.
They are amazing places.
The redneck Disneyland. That's what it is.
On the way up, it wasn't that crowded. I got in and out pretty quick. On the way back, it added like 30, 40 minutes to my trip, though. There were so many people.
I
getting out of
always
that
shop
parking lot.
around.
Yeah.
I love it.
They just opened a Buc-ee's on 10 between I-65 and on the
Mhm.
route to New Orleans. It's
Oh,
close to
good.
the Mississippi-Louisiana border.
Mhm.
And my big plan on my last trip to visit Goose was to stop there on the way back, because I knew people that wanted brisket and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming down 10. I see the beaver.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in my car. I look up and there's Bucky. And I say to myself,
Nice beaver.
I think I'll stop and visit. So
Nice.
I was going to stuff myself into the Buc-ee's, but my plan was upended because not long after I saw the beaver on the billboard, there's a line of cars for the exit you take.
Oh my goodness!
It had to be a mile long just to get off I-10. The bridge over I-10, because Buc-ee's was on the east side of the street. No, it was on the north side of the street. The bridge is jammed, and the parking lot looked like a mound of fire ants after it had been disturbed.
That's what I ran into, but I was committed because I went straight from Nashville to that Athens, Alabama Buc-ee's, and I had 60 miles left of gas.
Oh, uh-huh.
I'm like, I have to get gas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm here. And I was able to, it took so long to get out of the parking lot. It was like ants. It was crazy. I was able to finish my brisket sandwich in the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I typically try to avoid places like that unless it is my destination, because I can't stand to be around that many people.
And there was so much fun. You see so much life. There's like some 50-year-old guy, and he had like 2 teenage daughters, look like 15, 16 or whatever. He's like, girls, you want to get a picture next to the Boosies? And it's like the big statue.
Boosies?
Yeah. Well,
They don't know what they're saying.
I might be exaggerating.
Golden
but,
Shrine.
like, no, Dad. Let's not. No, come on. Let's take a picture next to him.
The Boosie. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you think Gary Busey, he and a beaver have similar teeth?
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
I just noticed that. All right, where are we at here? At 423. We'll check the live in fear Doppler here in a minute. We had report of an accident in Atlanta Atlanta Highway. We will see what Skipper's got on that and then come back. What's happening, my friend?
Well, we had an accident earlier, Bell Road and Atlanta Highway, involving a pedestrian. Please watch out for emergency vehicles that may still be on the scene there. And they're still dealing with an accident on I-85 southbound. They have traffic moving against the center divider, extreme left, and on the shoulder on the right. We still have a backup in traffic up to Ann Street and beyond, so please use caution. It's a slow go by this wreck. They've got one car disabled in the middle of the roadway. They're going to have to tow that out or get a wrecker in there somehow. Please buckle up, drive carefully. We will keep you updated. Come by Thompson Tractor and check out their incredible selection of used equipment. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor on I-85 just past Taylor Road, thompsontractor.com. Wendell Jake, Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
At Guardian Credit Union, if it's important to you, it's important to us. We don't do banking differently. We do relationships differently. Want to secure a HELOC for home projects? So do we. Want to build your credit? So do we. Want to plan your next vacation? So do we. We're here to help with whatever's next, because whatever you want in life, so do we. Stop by any of our branches and let's plan your next step together. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS 912757.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better Business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where over-the-road dump truck drivers are needed right now. Home twice a week and every weekend, must leave early on Sunday with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Call them now at 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Subtle changes in our forecast over the next few days in that we'll still be in the low to mid-90s. We'll still have triple-digit heat indices nearing the 105 danger range. There will still be a fair amount of sunshine, but in the afternoon hours, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the number of storms on the radar will increase. Still random. Not every town will get a big downpour, but some towns will get a lot. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. Lows at night will be in the low to mid-70s. Pretty typical July forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
There are some big storms out there. In fact, it looks like all hell's breaking loose in many locations. However, nothing here. And in most places, there won't be any rain. You're going to see it, but you're not likely to. Let me take a quick look here at the Live in Fear Doppler. And then we're going to play a tune here coming out of this break that I received from a good friend with a good sense of humor. Most of it's moving away. It's not going to interfere if you want to join us at Baumhauer's. Your ride to Baumhauer's should be rain-free, trouble-free. And now this.
Hey, this is Peaches and Clean, Powerful Carpet Cleaning. If you have area rugs and oriental rugs that you have been delaying cleaning, give us a call at Peaches and Clean. We offer free pickup and delivery in the Montgomery Tri-County area, or check us out at peachesandclean.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
All right. I think some of you will find this next clip very interesting.
things to do, you gotta list all your wishes. That's a wish list, dude. You got your Amazon and Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy too. But I know a list that don't exist, and buddy, so do you. It's the Epstein list. It's a mystery list with a twist. It's a myth of a list that we all just miss. Be an optimist, not a pessimist. If you wish to persist, it's probably best you forget that list. Now what were we talking about? I don't remember, but I can sleep a lot better at night. Yeah, life can just go along, knowing there's 10,000 hours of sunshine and flowers and nobody doing a damn thing wrong. Hear no, see no, damn Bongino, cash to tell. Well, I wouldn't want to be a sweating man with bulging eyes. Now tell me them fellas ain't compromised. Any implicated dude will tell you anybody on the big list knows just how far the folks in charge will go to keep the status quo. So when the war bell rings, the song that they'll sing is a song that we well know. I-oh, so it's off to war I go. Well, they said they's gonna fix it, but now they're all complicit. They-oh, 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 they-oh. So it's off to war we go. In the pour after war, what else are we for? They owe, they owe, they owe, they owe. Well, you got
That's
list, you go
brilliant.
to list to think.
That's good.
That's
And
amazing.
my source says there's others that are pretty good too, by the same guy. It's nice to find something new. And by the way, I just want to remind everybody, especially those of you who reach out through Facebook Messenger, I look at everything. Obviously, I can't play something with certain language in it.
Yeah.
And some of these can't be edited. I can't just bleep it out. So if it's got bad language, I'd rather you not send it than tease me, you know?
Are you going to post this on your
I know. I
Facebook
hate to
page?
find
I think that's a good idea. Do that now.
That's just very well done. That's very cool.
This is, I'm gonna put, all right. And if you'd like to watch it again or comment on it, you can go to my Facebook page now. Very happy. I'm up to 18,000 followers now on Facebook.
All right. That's not bad.
That's pretty good reach.
That's not bad.
Hey, I have friends that work in much larger markets than this that don't have that many.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate the support.
Well, we got a lot of theater happening here in this town starting tonight.
Tell us about it.
Well, ASF, Alabama Shakespeare Festival, is opening The Wizard of Oz. It opens tonight, runs all the way through August the 17th. So going to be fun. If you've ever enjoyed that movie, the one from 1939, this is the live stage
How do
version.
they do the tornado on stage?
I don't know. I'm sure they do something. They could do projection mapping.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got a special effect or people in costumes. I don't know.
Can I tell you why I won't go see it?
Why?
Because I don't want to cry during Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that will definitely
I don't
be
need that.
a tear-jerky moment. And it'll be a tear-jerker when she has to leave Oz and leave the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Lion behind.
No, here's what happens in a production like that, song like that. It's a fine song. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not maudlin or anything. But when I watch something like that connects back to childhood,
yeah,
and then you start realizing, wow, when I first heard that, I was a kid.
Yep.
And then you start thinking about how much time has passed. Now, it's not as tough for me as it is for somebody like Susan. We're talking
decades.
A timescape that's almost indefinable. Why do I do this? Because now I know I'm a dead man tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Somebody that listens that knows her will, you should have heard what Greg said. It happens every day.
Well, that's not the only thing opening. There's a bunch of other theater going on.
Yeah. ASF.
Prattville is doing Annie. Prattville Way Off Broadway Theater. That opens Annie tomorrow night. The Pike Road Theater opens Grease. I got a chance to see the dress rehearsal of that last night. That was well done.
Really? Cloverdale Playhouse has a new one too.
Yep. The Mysterious Journey of Edward Tulane.
Tell me about that, because I have not been. I've been there once, and I'd like to consume some more theater.
Yeah, it's a children's story. It's based on a children's book, and it's about this character that makes a mysterious journey, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. They do very good quality work. I've seen a lot of shows there. A lot of stuff they did. The last one I saw was the Farnsworth invention, about the invention of television, and it was really well done. One of my good friends played the
That was
guy.
there recently?
Yeah, that was March, I think.
Man, I wish I had seen that. I didn't know it was about. I remember the title, but I didn't know it was about the invention of television. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Chris Rockmore played the guy from RCA, David Farnsworth, David Sarnoff, and how he was able to figure out and use his expertise to basically steal the idea of television from Philo Farnsworth. So it's a fascinating story, but they do good work there.
I got a thread that I started on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking people to name a movie that was made before you were born. So obviously you had to go back to discover it.
Yeah.
That you would recommend. And Sally Mest is first up, and she recommends The Long, Long Trailer.
Mm-hmm. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
I was not a fan of the Lucy show because it was basically the same plot. Vicky, I want to be in the show. No, Lucy, you can't. Wah! That was every freaking episode. They got to bring 5 years out of that formula. Wah! And Grumpy Fred.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell did Ethel Mertz see in him?
Well, they hated
What the hell
each
did
other.
Fred see in Ethel Mertz?
Those two actors really hated each other. The actress that played Ethel and the actor that played Fred.
That has to be awful.
Awful.
Oh, it was. It was.
God, can you imagine like doing this?
Yeah, and you hate each other. Yeah.
Or a morning show where actually that's kind of true. I'm sorry.
It just makes things very tense. Very tense.
Oh, trust me, my friend.
But,
I know the rules of tension.
But yeah, the long trailer is a fun movie. It is a very fun movie.
That movie, the first time I saw it, I couldn't stop watching it. And it's a 50s film.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and part of it, we didn't have a long trailer. We had a small camper that we folded out.
Yeah.
But we did go up some pretty steep mountains. And the scene where they're taking this ridiculous trailer up the side of a mountain in Colorado was really hilarious. And she's got her, and some good character actors in that one too. Floyd the Barber's in that movie.
Yep. Yeah.
So Sally, that is an ace recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. We need to laugh. And you know what? There's just not much in the way of comedy. I'll give you a recent example. I tried
clean comedy.
I tried Young Sheldon. I wasn't a big fan of The Big Bang Theory, but I thought, well, this could be good because it's a kid who's a savant and, he's smarter than the adults. It didn't work for me. I didn't like the characters around him. I didn't like the mother was way too dramatic. She reminded me of somebody that I know really well, just way over the top.
Yeah.
The father's a doofus. The kid brother's an oversexed punk. And his twin sister is creepy.
Yeah.
So I didn't care for that. I've gone back. I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's been a long time since I watched those episodes. And yeah, they're pretty much the same. You know that everything he touches is going to turn to crap. But he has such a gift of reprise at the end of his shows to tie all of these loose, seemingly unconnected things together to create a show.
And he does not mind poking fun at himself.
Not at all.
Larry David is perfectly well to stand up and be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, he's done some amazing surprise endings too.
Yeah.
But it's fun as you're going through it. You know what's going to happen next. He's going to find the airline tickets, right? Yeah, you know he is. But it still works.
Yeah.
But finding really laugh out loud stuff is tough. And so much of the
really the last one that I saw that was really hysterically funny was The Big Bang Theory. And part of it is because I get all the geek jokes. I get the science jokes and the geek jokes. Not everybody does. My mother-in-law, bless her heart, she loves The Big Bang Theory because she likes to laugh at Sheldon being absurd.
By the way, I started a thread. Oh, look at Morris Capuano is here. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Scott K, The Longest Day. I like that. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Now, those movies were on TCM over the weekend, and I tried, and I just have not been able to get that into those. I'm not knocking them. They just didn't work that well for me.
It's an acquired taste.
Talk Radio from James M. I should ha-ha that, right? Casablanca was my suggestion, but Rear Window comes up here, and that's also almost anything Hitchcock did.
Yeah, because they're just well done. Well
There's
done.
Holy Grail again, Rain Tree Country, and Giant. They both have Liz Taylor. Key Largo, I like that. Casablanca, The Great Escape, Sergeant York. Dr. Strangelove is another one that's very funny. Peter Sellers is brilliant. And the Pink Panthers. Most of the Pink Panther movies were very funny.
Yeah. Sergeant York is one of my favorites. Whenever I see it's on TCM, I'm going to watch it.
Here's more. The Godfather, Blazing Saddles, Reefer Madness, An Affair to Remember, Yankee Doodle Dandy, West Side Story, the original.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mad, 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 mad world. That had every star in Hollywood in, including Spencer Tracy. And
that is just a nut. So they could not make that movie today.
No,
they really couldn't.
They really couldn't. No. Rear Window comes up again. It Happened One Night. That's going back to 1934. That won the Oscar for Best Picture that year.
Yeah.
The General with Buster Keaton. Hey, I like that. It's a silent film.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Blood, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That is a good Western. If you, and I'm not really a Western person, but that one I did watch.
I like East of Eden with James Dean.
Mm-hmm.
That was on just a couple of weeks ago on TCM.
Really?
I caught the last half of it.
I love that movie and the book.
So if you want to make a contribution to the thread, just visit me on Facebook. You don't have to be a friend or a follower, although I appreciate everybody who is. And you can watch us on YouTube right now.
Yep.
Greg Udell, no.
Happy Hour with Greg Udell.
That's the name of our show.
Woohoo!
I'm only the host. Don't have big expectations from me. I can't be expected to remember everything.
You know what? One of my favorite Westerns of all time is Rio Bravo. Howard Hawks directed it. It's got John Wayne. It's got Dean Martin. It's got Ozzie and Harriet's kid. Ricky Nelson is in it.
I like McClintock.
Oh, McClintock.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I like the best about that is the big fight in the mud pit.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the movie. But it's a good movie.
When we were in North Carolina, we picked up a big cardboard cutout of John Wayne from Cameron's dad.
Oh, really?
And it's in we have like a jam room in our house. And it's standing on the opposite side of the room as the door. And last night, I'm sitting on the couch for watching a movie. And Cameron, I hear him from across the house go, "Pamela, come here, pause the movie, come here." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Just come over here, come to the jam room, like you're just coming to get something out of here." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "So open the door." And I opened the door and it's dark in there, but the front porch light is on, shining in through the window. And John Wayne's cutout is standing in front of it and is this giant shadow of a man. And he's standing there like,
you know what I like about that movie?
And I was like, "Oh my gosh."
John Wayne,
6 feet tall.
in that movie says, "I'm the man." And he picks up whatever her name is, Maureen O'Hara, and gives her a good spanking. And boy, have I had that urge at times.
Oh, yeah.
If it weren't for employment laws, I would do it.
Well, and she's
big enough target.
She's in that movie. She's on him about, when are you going to give me that divorce? When are you going to give me that divorce? And that's the climax of that scene. He chases her all through the town, finally gets her over his knee, spanks her, and says, "All right, now you can get your divorce." But he just wanted to get that I have to do this one last time.
Yep. 4:42 is the time. We're going to check traffic here in a moment. Stephen Reed's on the phone.
No, it's it's our usual prankster.
Well, I would never.
Not a prankster, but I don't need.
Red Top.
Is she? Joey's show. I just say it don't matter because see, Pamela may not know, but Lexi Gambler, not because I gamble a lot. I gamble every month for over 30 years. That doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm totally against gambling in the state of Alabama. The worst gambling you can have is this stupid lottery and scratch off tickets, and they got 3 drawings a day, every day of the week, and then this bingo, which is not bingo, is slot machines, and that's not gambling. It's just stealing from poor, stupid people.
I heard one of my friends said it's a tax on the poor man's dream, and that is something I've never forgotten.
Look, I won't even play at the local casinos because you see people in there. They got 3 donuts instead of a set of tires. They got red duct tape instead of a brake light. They got plastics. They don't need to be in a casino. Anyway, a real casino, Biloxi. So I'm Biloxi gambler because of Biloxi. Anyway, I didn't call about that.
Okay.
But I called because Casablanca, period, end of story right there as far as before I was born. That's the number one. When I was on the road and I had a dark day or whatever, and I had a pretty girl, I'd rent a VCR, and and I could watch, put on Casablanca, the movie Always, and Romancing the Stone.
Oh, yeah.
And buddy, and that's money in the bank right there. Works every time.
I have never seen any of those.
Oh, you haven't?
I've seen Romancing the Stone. I saw it in the theater.
Don't watch them with anybody you don't want to make a baby with. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Thanks. That birth control tip is exclusive here on News Talk 93.
Brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me write those down.
As long as we're handing out advice, let me recommend
Casablanca.
I bumped into Jeff Mallinson yesterday after the show.
Always.
The guy, maybe the most consistent human being I know personally. Of course, he's the owner and leader of Georgia Floors Direct, the man who has maintained what was a great idea 52 years ago, came along in the last couple of years after working and leading the sales team there for half of that time, bought it, and now the merry band of Floriers lives on with Jeff as their leader, as like Dustin, Jonathan, Q, Steve, Andy, Matt. It's a great staff over there. But the star of the show is the selection in all types and styles of flooring at a wholesale price. They save you time. They save you money. Hardwoods, tiles, laminates, mountains of rolls of carpeting, room remnants. Dave, the rug man, who can make you an area rug, the only person in the river region with that skill. Their own teams of installers, which also works well for you with window blinds and marble kitchen countertops. All in one big location. Visionary Dick McAdam put it there on the boulevard in 1969 on the boulevard across from Lowe's now. Back then, the boulevard was cow country.
Yep.
Yeah. But as he envisioned, the city grew around it. Now it's central to everybody. In fact, they've got people that come in from 7 other states to buy their flooring at Georgia Floors Direct. Jeff, it was great to see you yesterday, too. 1819 News is next. 446.
Well, my goodness, we had an accident earlier, I-85 southbound, just past Jackson Hospital. They are still working that accident. Now, the ramp from Forest Avenue is now open completely. However, on 85 southbound, we've got traffic moving by the accident against the center divider and on the shoulder on the right. But that has caused a tremendous backup all the way to Perry Hill Road, and traffic is moving very slowly there. Also, Bell Road and Atlanta Highway. We had an accident earlier involving a pedestrian. They're possibly still on the scene there. Traffic light to moderate and building. We're getting very busy all over the area. We will keep you updated. Check out the all-new 2025 4Runners at McKinnon Toyota. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J., Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Mr. Electric. At Mr. Electric, they have the power to make things better.
1819 News.
The Trump administration is taking aggressive steps to deal with the Chinese Communist Party when it comes to American farmland. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is now seeking to ban the nationwide sale of farmland to Chinese buyers and other foreign adversaries. U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville is all on board with this effort, along with U.S. Senator Katie Britt and U.S. Congressman Dale Strong.
We lost 150,000 farms and 25,000 farmers in the last few years. Folks, we are in trouble in ag. China is a threat. They're not a threat. They are dominating us in almost everything that they do because we've set back and the politicians have been counting their money instead of doing what's right and helping this country stay in the front. We've got to be number one. We can't be number two. We've got to fight back. They are coming into our country and buying our farmland. In my state of Alabama alone, they own 2.2 million acres of farmland. That's right. In Alabama, foreign adversaries.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. my house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
A Huntsville man is being charged with human trafficking and criminal trespass. 65-year-old Michael McDougal is now being charged of manipulating a woman into sexual servitude after the Huntsville police launched an investigation against him. Bond for McDougal is set at $250,000. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
We're a customer service company that does electrical work. Landscape lighting, backyard lighting, you name it. If it involves a wire, we handle it. Peace of mind made easy. That's what you get with Mr. Electric.
Mr. Electric, the power to make things better.
Hey guys, this is Todd Clark with River Region Contracting, your premier roofing contractor in Central Alabama. So remember the name, River Region Contracting, for all your roofing needs. We're not affiliated with any other roofing company in the River Region. We've been in the roofing business since 2005. We don't have to buy our leads, and we don't have to knock on doors when the storms come around. We have thousands of satisfied customers throughout Central Alabama. So call us at 334-356-8635. That's 334-356-8635.
Independent Glass has been your one-stop shop for all things glass since 1978. They offer a full range of architectural products, and they're armed with the knowledge and expertise to get even the most demanding job done, big or small. Attention to detail, 24-hour replacement services, and their uncompromising commitment to excellence is why Montgomery's first choice for all things glass is Independent Glass. Call them today at 263-2823 and learn more about what they can do for you at independentglassco.com.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
All right, I just did a scientific approach on traffic this afternoon. I walked out the backside of the building and looked at Interstate 85.
And what did you see?
It's jammed up southbound.
Oh.
Probably because of that accident near Jackson Hospital that Skipper mentioned.
Yeah.
It's moving, but it's moving very slowly, and it looks like it's starting to slow down after you pass Taylor Road. In fact, why don't I just look at the damn Google map?
Yeah. And we're getting close to rush hour, people getting off of work.
I'll give you a full report after the forecast with Rich.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hi, everybody. Subtle changes in our forecast over the next few days in that we'll still be in the low to mid 90s. We'll still have triple-digit heat indices nearing the 105 danger range. There will still be a fair amount of sunshine, but in the afternoon hours, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the number of storms on the radar will increase. Still random. Not every town will get a big downpour, but some towns will get a lot. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. Lows at night will be in the low to mid 70s. Pretty typical July forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
Yeah, by the Google thing, the accident appears to be just if you're going southbound, the accident is before you get to Ann Street. So there was one earlier down by Jackson, but it's not that one that's causing this current backup on southbound 85. And Rich is right. I mean, first of all, when it was time to ride today, there were cloud. In fact, there were some thunderstorms in the area, but they were east, and I waited till they moved away a little bit. Then I hit the bike, and there was enough cloud cover from those. I didn't see the sun the whole 6 miles. Still hot. I mean, pretty warm.
Yeah.
But it was really a very different experience riding in the shade as opposed to, the blazing
Baking
sun,
in the sun, yeah.
which was nice. And there are big storms here and there, but you may see one. You just may not see any rain over you, as Rich is
We got a little bit of a shower over at AUM, but not for very long and not very hard.
I will be at AUM tomorrow.
Yes, you're going to come to our AV camp, audio video storytelling camp. And, give your expertise to the youngins. Tell them young whippersnappers what for.
And after those 5 minutes are over, then what?
And then we'll play games. We'll share snacks with you. We got food, man. We got bananas. We had bagels and It's been a good time. We've been bonding with the children and doing all sorts. Today we were doing radio scripts. We pulled out 3 old time radio scripts and assigned parts and started reading through them, and they were just laughing like crazy.
I will never forget the freshman orientation day. It was a Saturday, I think, at the campus because my stepson was getting ready to attend, and I was blown away by the people, the students, the way they put that event together to welcome new kids, and the faculty I met. Super, super impressive. AUM may be the most underrated college campus in America.
Oh, I would agree. But it's a nice place.
Could I get my adult continuing education there?
I bet you could. I bet you could. We can get you.
Do you think I'll live long enough to get a degree?
Of course. I mean, but do you really want one? Need one?
Well,
it just would be nice to be able to put that diploma on the wall and say, look what I did.
Yeah.
You know? Look what I accomplished.
I don't care about that. Look at everything else you've done.
Well, yes, I have trophies. That's always nice.
What's the most important thing you've done anyway?
Get a hole-in-one.
No, have a daughter.
That's the one job that I take the most pride in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
In fact, when I was down in New Orleans last time, Master Thespian, I talked to Janelle extensively about Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you've got to watch. We're on YouTube now. You've got to watch this thing. And I said, you guys have so much in common. You even look alike.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not about the same age.
She's the second daughter you never had, you know? And I bet Pamela and Janelle, if they got together, they'd be just like sisters. That'd be great.
I agree.
We got to meet.
Yeah.
Got to make that happen. Maybe
well,
we
y'all
get the
plan
goose in
to
town.
what, go down Halloween?
Yeah, we're going for
Good.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Joey's got to do the show in here so we can stream it from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See if he'll do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll come sit in and help him out.
Yeah, it'll be
It'll be
fun
fun.
because we can bring my laptop and a
Mhm.
camera, and
Joe and I with
he
twins.
just can run the board.
Yeah,
and
that way you
we'll
run
do
the
it
feed
remotely.
Run the
Mhm.
feed from New Orleans.
Yeah, that'd be
It'd be
fun.
great. New Orleans, as we call it in the South.
Our life lesson today, because bears, I think, are in every state. I
Yes.
think bears.
Yeah, black bears.
Yes. Somebody saw a bear that appeared to be injured on the side of the road, stopped to help it, and the bear thanked him by mauling him.
Mm.
Well,
He's eventually going to be okay. But and here's the thing. Bears look like giant dachshunds. The black bear does, especially with tan muzzle and all that. They look so cuddly.
they're
and
really
cute.
cute.
They are. We used to go in
Mm-hmm.
when I would visit my grandmother in Minnesota. They had a garbage dump. There was no garbage pickup. You had to put your stuff in. And back then it was in cans. For some reason, nobody had thought to invent a 33-gallon bag yet.
Mm.
So you drive the trash to the garbage dump.
And just dump it out.
And the bears, they stayed away from the people. But you would stand there for an hour or two just watching them have a blast. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'd find something especially good and then scramble up a tree.
Yeah.
So none of the
They're
other,
so cute.
Then the other
really
bears
weren't.
would get it. Yeah.
But stopping to help one may not be the best idea.
No, don't do that. They don't need our help, really.
Well, and there was another guy that tried to take a selfie of a cub and got killed by the mother.
Yeah,
'Cause he was
don't
like, "Oh,
do
look,
that.
it's a cute
You see,
little cubby bear." And
That's
the,
how it is in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Mothers tend to be very protective of their young.
Yeah.
So if you see a
If you see a cub, there's probably an adult somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
And if you get close enough, they're going to attack you,
you
because
may
they
want to
see
know
you
the
as a threat.
location of the old lady before you
Mm-hmm.
get too familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my personal thanks to Turf Stalkers who do
Mm-hmm.
an amazing job. I'm always so glad to see them because that means I don't have to do it. It's not that I mind exercise. Worked up a good sweat today on the bike, but they come out, they do it all. Edging, trimming, everything. And they're coordinated and really good at what they do. So if you want to put your mower away for the rest of the hot weather season, call 558-1611. And Turf Stalkers now offers a whole array of land services above and beyond mowing and trimming and edging that you might be interested in too, clearing and that kind of thing. You can visit them online at turfstalkersal.com. Let's get another update from Skipper and come right back. 4:58.
Well, some good news. They have cleared the accident on 85 southbound just past Jackson Hospital. We have a tremendous backup all the way to Perry Hill. If you're in it, you should start moving or be moving by now. All of that's got to purge out before things are going to really improve. 85 northbound rolling pretty well. We do have a minor accident right past the East Boulevard bridges off on the right, but it is not really affecting any traffic flow. Very busy interstates, boulevards right now. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. At McKenna Nissan, they have over 100 used cars in stock, 0% financing up to 60 months on select models. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
Looked like a pretty good day on Wall Street. Brad McDonald will join us a little bit later. This little piece of wisdom from our friend Mac says, I learned something recently. I get hit up by folks in public for money all the time, donations, panhandlers. I'm a normal-looking guy, usually dressed like a token dad, but I figured out a way to avoid all of this. If you tuck one pant leg into your sock and pull the sock over the pants reasonably high, no one will bother you. This works for any public interactions. If you get approached a lot in public, but sometimes just want to be left alone, tuck that one pant leg into your sock.
We used to do that when we would ride bikes when we were young.
Oh,
yeah. So you don't get your pants caught in
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that happen. Not recently, but back when I was a kid.
That's funny.
You can't tuck both legs in, as it may indicate you're doing it as a fashion statement. One leg only. The uglier sock is better. The uglier the sock is better. That would make you look a little bit off.
Well, I've always heard if you're talking to yourself or having a conversation with people who aren't there, that's a good deterrent. Because people look at that and go, stay away from that person.
Being 6 feet tall and tattooed with long black hair usually deters people from talking to me.
But you look so nice. And you look very well to do.
I know, but it's intimidating.
Yes, it is. I'm scared when I come in here at 3 o'clock every day. I really am. I have to get used to her every single day.
Well, but that's just the exterior. You know,
Yeah.
we know who you are on the inside.
Yeah.
You're not like that.
Right.
But it's one of those things. It's just like armor in a way that helps protect you from the crazies.
And I just got a sword tattooed on me, so
Ooh.
watch out.
What kind of sword did you get? Was it like a medieval sword?
Like an old ornamental hilt
Ooh,
sword.
nice.
That's cool.
Hang on one second here. I'm looking for something.
I have chaos on the back of one arm and mayhem on the other. And I did have a lady come up behind me in the grocery store and say, wow, if mayhem follows you around, I am not walking near you. And I was like, that's a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am lining up dad jokes in case Jacqueline calls, because you know how much she loves those.
Yeah.
All right, here we go at 5 o'clock with the Wall Street Business Report, fresh Salem Radio Network news, and then we're back.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. AI chip maker NVIDIA has done something no other company has ever done before.
Seemingly endless demand for the AI chips that NVIDIA designs has sent the company's market value up to $4 trillion. That makes NVIDIA more valuable than any of its big tech rivals. Microsoft and Apple are worth more than $3 trillion each. Much of the growth for NVIDIA has come over the past 2.5 years. More companies are investing heavily in building out their AI capabilities, and they're buying more and more of NVIDIA's chips to run them. The latest milestone in NVIDIA's growth came just 2 years after it surpassed the $1 trillion valuation mark. Seth Sutel, New York.
Stocks closed higher on Wall Street as the Trump administration sought to win more deals with global trading partners. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up by 217 points, the Nasdaq up 192, and the S&P 500 up by 38. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Come on down to Epicure and Jack's Tavern, where Southern comfort meets culinary delight. For just $9.99, seniors can enjoy their lunch meat special with 3 hearty sides, including a drink and bread. Regular sizes are just $13.99. Remember, at Epicure and Jack's, they make every dish from scratch every day. This isn't fast food, it's fresh food, crafted with care. Join them for a taste of the South, only at Epicure and Jack's Tavern.
Do you have real estate problems? Whether you're facing foreclosure, inherited a property, or have costly repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Home Buyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. Because when real estate problems cause you uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Give Rapid Fire Home Buyers a call today at 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000.
They curl up at our feet. They greet us like heroes. Pets aren't just animals. They're family. But right now, so many in our local shelters are still waiting for someone to call their own. That's why we're teaming up with River Region Humane Societies for our annual Paw It Forward Pet Drive. And we need your help. Starting next week, help us stuff the Sprinter van with food, toys, blankets, and badly needed supplies at any of our 6 sponsor locations. Together, we can give these animals the comfort they need while they wait for the love they deserve.
To find out how you can help, visit newstalk931.com.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
And now, Dad Joke Theater.
Did you know that when I was in Hawaii, I was kicked out of a comedy club for laughing too loudly?
For laughing too loudly?
Yes. In Hawaii, they want you to keep it at aloha.
Join us again for another Dad Joke Theater.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
At 5.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Officials in Texas are facing mounting questions about whether they did enough to get people out of harm's way before a flash flood swept down the Guadalupe River and killed more than 100 people, including at least 27 children and counselors at an all-girls Christian camp. More than 160 people are still believed to be missing. President Biden's White House physician is refusing to answer questions as part of the House Republican investigation into Biden's health in office. Dr. Kevin O'Connor invoked his rights under the Fifth Amendment during a closed-door interview Wednesday before the House Oversight Committee. On Wall Street, the Dow by 217 points, the Nasdaq rose 192, the S&P advanced 37. More details at srnnews.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month, but what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees. business in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia. I got a tour of their headquarters. I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Thanks, Mike. We're trying to put the hump and hump day here.
This country one is hilarious.
Yes, Mark Cumby is a genius. That's a given. It's 8 minutes after 5. Master Thesbian along with me and Pamela Dubuque. And a couple of calls, so let's go to Texas Sunshine first. TS.
Woohoo! Hi.
Why didn't it come up?
¿Qué pasa?
Hit the button.
¿Qué pasa?
Hello.
No, Pamela, you're supposed to say bien bien or mucho bueno. Or, Pamela, we got to work on your españoli.
I did take Spanish for a long time, but I'm very rusty.
Arroz con pollo. Caliente.
Caliente? Es mucho caliente.
I took
señor.
Tourette's Spanish. I just have Spanish outbursts from time to time.
Okay, well, that's not why I called.
What?
Guess who's going to see The Wizard of Oz at ASF?
You.
Excellent.
You know why?
On account, you want to know why? Why?
Who wants to know why? Oh, I want to tell you why. The last solo I did in 6th grade in the choir, I was the lion in The Wizard of Oz in Prattville. On the stage, we borrowed the stinky, absolutely disgusting mascot uniform. And I stood up on there. Yeah. But anyway, I am definitely going. I cannot wait to follow the yellow brick road.
Well, it should be really good.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm going to do a 2:00 matinee because,
Let's talk about
that
Curb Your
way.
Enthusiasm. Last night I watched the episode where Ted Danson's kid is having a birthday party, and the theme is The Wizard of Oz. So Larry's wife is made up to look like Dorothy. Jeff Garland, who looked hilarious as the lion, and somehow in the middle of it, Larry David gets hit in the mouth by something, needs an emergency dentist, but the dentist is a guy that he blew off the previous week, and it's just amazing how they tie all that together. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's okay. And this has been a wonderful Wednesday show. Greg, I don't know why you were like, this is the worst show, blah, blah, blah. It's been a wonderful
Why is it
Wednesday
that when
show.
women impersonate men, we always sound like real stupid?
Blah, blah, blah.
Because he does that
Stop
every
it.
day.
I have a female friend that does that.
Cougar does blah, 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 blah.
Well,
I think.
she's
Dracula does that.
she's mean.
I love you guys. Have fun at Baumhauer's.
All right.
Bye.
Yes, we're headed there after the show tonight. Come and join us. Hey, look what I brought in from the car.
What'd you bring
What'd you
in?
bring for the car?
An ice cold bottle of Diet Coke.
I bet I know where you got that at the food outlet, right?
Yes, y'all
Oh,
know
baby.
I don't drink alcohol, so my self-pampering, this is the way Coca-Cola or any soda was meant to be consumed, out of a glass bottle. It makes you belchier.
Oh, yeah. for
Somehow there's
sure.
more gas in a glass bottle than there is in a can.
Well, you know why?
But
Well, great.
Because it's a glass bottle. It's able to contain the acid. The acid's not eating into, they've got, if you look closely at a Coke can, there's a liner on the inside of the can. So the acid in the drink won't eat through the aluminum.
Yeah, we should definitely be putting that in our bodies. I'm just going to drink my Red Bull.
here's Ken. Yeah, do that.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, a quick comment for Pam's tattoo. I'm not commenting on the tattoo, but a little Huntsville fact is the Huntsville Havoc, the minor league hockey team in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Their mascot is Chaos.
Cool.
That's the name of their mascot. You need to check it out. It's kind of a wolf-looking kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And maybe you could add that to your artwork.
Havoc.
I don't know if you want the Allstate guy.
Havoc is a
or
new one I
Chaos.
need.
The Allstate
For
guy
mayhem, but
Yeah.
who magically changed races after George Floyd. That was among many woke moves by companies that really turned me off.
No, the Mayhem guy is still the same.
You're thinking about the State Farm guy.
Yeah, Jake.
Jake from State Farm.
State Farm.
But the Mayhem guy is still the same charismatic.
Oh,
guy.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
that guy was on the original season of Law and Order SVU.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dean Winter.
Thanks for the call, Ken.
Havoc mascot.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, 513 in the summer heat. We hope if you're relying on good luck to take care of your air conditioning system this summer, that's not really a good plan. And for only $180, you can partner up with Clark's. And if you do that, and they come out and tune your system twice a year, the savings you'll get on efficiency will help cover the cost. In some cases, all of that $180 investment, but it's more than that. It's more than the inspection on the unit to make sure all the major components are good, they have enough coolant. It's the guarantee of priority service, not for just any heating or AC issue, but for plumbing as well. Because when plumbing problems occur, generally, that's an emergency. You want to know that the best in the business are on the way to take care of it for you. I know so many people that belong to Clark's Club. They all appreciate the greatness of the AC service and the savings of the membership, but so many praise the plumbing because not only do they come out right away, you've got that kind of peace of mind, but they know how to analyze the situation, the cause, and apply the fix. They have saved me so many times. They're just great. And you'll appreciate the kind of people they are when they're in your home working for you. So that 180, that's one of the best deals to protect the infrastructure of your home and the comfort of your family. Call 277-2125, 277-2125, or visit clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the river region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Brett McDonald coming up.
Well, hi, everybody. Subtle changes in our forecast over the next few days in that we'll still be in the low to mid-90s. We'll still have triple-digit heat indices nearing the 105 danger range. There will still be a fair amount of sunshine, but in the afternoon hours, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the number of storms on the radar will increase. Still random. Not every town will get a big downpour, but some towns will get a lot. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. Lows at night will be in the low to mid-70s. Pretty typical July forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More is your low price leader for everything you need for flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies. For the best prices on luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, flooring installation supplies, and more, shop Budget Floors and More. Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Thank you, Jeff Malaki. It's 516. Just want to draw everybody's attention to the Live in Fear Doppler here. There is a pretty hefty red cell storm just west of the metro area towards the center of the city and north. And that is moving in this general direction. There's storms flaring up all over the place. I mean, typical tropical summer day, but this one, Rich Thomas was concerned enough to send me the image. So you could see some rain. You might even see some if you, I don't know how much faith to put in the future radar. It doesn't always play out the way you see it now. But much later tonight, we could see some thunderstorms as well. At 516, we're waiting on Brant McDonald to join us, talk about today's market, which should be a happy conversation. Here's more information from Rich. And then, if it's not a huge, massive rain either, by the way. It's just a storm. That should not interfere with your plan to visit us at Baumhauer's tonight. While we're waiting on Brant, we started a thread earlier in the show. Name a movie that was made before you were born that you would recommend that everybody should see. Don't you think that in many cases, like in Chicago, we had WGN and they showed the old movies.
Yep.
Sometimes and that's how I got to become familiar with a lot of the classics. Now, of course, streaming brings you the entire universe. But we're up to 62 suggestions. Let's revisit the list and see what some of the more recent suggestions are. Please do that on Facebook, because there are always things worth going back to see. To Kill a Mockingbird, Joseph recommends Sergeant York. That's Gary Cooper. That is a pretty good movie.
It's one of my favorites.
I would say The Shining.
The Shining from the 80s. Yeah, I have to remember that was made before you were born, but not me.
Yes, I was born in '87. So
I think I was a tot. Well, I felt very young.
Yeah, one of these suggestions was Stagecoach. That's from like 1939.
That is so.
Gone with the Wind is on the list. I haven't watched that in years, but
yeah, it's been a while.
E.T.
I will never forget the first time I saw it. E.T. There's another good one. Grapes of Wrath, African Queen with Bogey, and who was the Katharine Hepburn, who looks kind of out of place.
Yeah.
Oh, The Exorcist. I'm thinking about scary movies.
You know, I was in the hospital.
Or Alien,
this
the
is about-
original.
Yes, I saw that in the theater. That was one of those movies that made an entire theater full of people jump.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in the hospital for something, and I think I may have had some anesthesia in me.
Mm-hmm.
And we had cable in this hospital room, and The Exorcist came out. I laughed all the way through it. I saw it in the theater the week it came out, and that was another movie that made the entire theater jump.
Oh, yeah.
But seeing it under the influence, you know, tucked into a hospital bed, it was just cracking. Everything just seemed really funny.
It's Brant.
There he is, Mr. Right on the money. Welcome to the show, sir. Saw a lot of green on the screen today. Tell us about market news and what we might expect moving forward.
So I think the market has a little bit of an upward bias, primarily because Scott Bessent continues to talk about financing the deficits over the remainder of this year in the T-bill market, which is taking some pressure off the 10-year and 30-year a little bit. But you know, there's still a lot of concern about the wall of debt. You know, so I do believe we're going to continue to be back and forth on this. Outside of that, you know, obviously markets trying to grapple with tariffs, the discussion of tariffs, because that's come back to the you know, starting to make headlines again. But I suspect that's gonna go away in the next few weeks. And as I mentioned yesterday, I just really don't think this time around that's going to be a really, really big deal. It appears we've got to deal with China. You know, Japan is a pretty big one that needs to get put to bed. I think India is very close. These are some of the bigger, more major trading partners. But really, I think the key issue is some of the indicators we're getting are suggesting a rapidly, you know, rapid slowdown in the economy. Consumer credit numbers not very good, you know, and I think there's also some concern a little bit out there around the you know, future inflation numbers that could begin to tick back up, primarily with respect to you know, owner's equivalent rent, the unaffordability of housing. That number is it's a 1/3 component of CPI, and if it starts to go back up a little bit, that could be a potential issue. But the jury's still out on that. You know, it really is. In the meantime, though, we're in earnings season, and that continues. It's so far, it's really early. We're early into this, but you know, earnings have been just kind of ho-hum. The real movers and shakers of the market, the big Magnificent Seven and the big Dow components, most of those will be reporting next week, especially now that we've got the financials out of the way. We know what that component, because you think about J.P. Morgan and some of the big banks, those have a pretty significant impact on S&P earnings. But I think next week when we get the real big bellwethers, I think that's going to start to set the tone even more. So you think about the rest of this month, it's earnings, it's a little bit of the tariff discussion. But now that we've got this big, beautiful bill behind us, the real heavy discussion is going to be on the debt and how they're financing the debt.
Yeah.
Brett, you just touched on something that you talked about, and I'm not trying to make this political, but the issue with people having heavy consumer debt goes back to Joe Biden's term. This is not a phenomenon generated by what Donald Trump has been doing. And you just mentioned that those numbers are still a little bit stressed.
Yeah, so I think there's no question. I mean, look, you look at what happened under Biden in the last 3 years of his administration. It was very breathtaking, to see the sheer volume of debt that we added to the country's balance sheet. Obviously, we had an inflation problem because of all the money they threw at COVID. Increased the money supply. The Fed was late to the game. They had to increase interest rates dramatically to fight it. And as a result, the interest expense on all of that debt that we issued went up substantially. And to the point now where it's 22%. Interest expense on our debt is 22% of all revenue that comes into the Treasury.
Wow.
That is incredible. I mean, that is super. That's way higher than anything we had with Reagan. It's historic. And so you've got two different camps. The bottom line, you got two camps on this with what Trump is doing. He comes in as a president that says, I'm going to solve this. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to get our country on the right path. And so, as I've said, and this is not politics, this is simple math, and I have said this over and over, and this is just the absolute truth from my perspective, and that is you only solve this problem one of two ways. You either dramatically cut government spending to the point of where you literally you're cutting into Social Security, Medicare, defense spending, all the major programs, which probably throws you into a pretty substantial recession, or you increase revenue somehow, and the only way you increase revenue is through tax hikes.
Yeah.
The third sort of, which is not an immediate fix. There's only two immediate fixes, but the third is, which is a long-term approach, is that you grow your way out of it. And so what Trump is doing is he's made these tax cuts permanent from the TCJA back in 2017, and he's even put new tax breaks on there. He's deregulated. He's done all these things which are going to really grow the economy, but it doesn't happen overnight. So
Right.
what does happen, though, is the budget deficit goes up. So under Trump, there's no doubt you are going to see the deficit is going to go up by at least $5 trillion over the next 2 years. It's just simple math. So, and so Scott Bessent is having to deal with all the crap that he got dealt to him by Biden and Janet Yellen. And we're trying to work our way through this. It's just there are no good options. I mean, the Federal Reserve and socialist policies have gotten us in a huge, major problem, major fix here. And there's just no easy way out. So that is what I'm talking about. I think, you remember, Janet Yellen financed trillions of dollars of this deficit spending in the short-term T-bill market. That Bessent's got to term out $10 trillion. And on top of that, he's got another $2 trillion in additional deficits that's coming, and the bond market is aware of this, and so everyone's worried and wondering, with all this fiscal stimulus, are we going to see inflation go up? Can the U.S. bond market survive it? So on and so forth. So it's just a tough situation, any way you look at it. Now, again, long term though, Greg, I have no doubt. Look at what happened under Reagan. I mean, Reagan,
no, I lived it, Brent. I remember that very well.
And I did too. And it was tough there in the first 2-3 years. But then, the good thing about Reagan was he had back-to-back terms. So by the time we got to 84, 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, we were humming.
No, he did carry 49 states, so yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see.
Yeah.
Brett, we appreciate the time, my friend, and we will look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
You
Bye,
too.
Brent.
Thanks, Brent.
528.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
All right, traffic blurb, this courtesy of Mark. 65 southbound headed to 85 northbound, and 65 northbound headed to that same place, backed up.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have to take that Wayne aisle.
Yeah.
I love it.
Northbound is backed up to Fairview.
Mm.
So you just got to let it clear. That's all you can do. You can't flush it. And we'll get more from Skipper in a moment. But at least 4 or 5 times in the last couple of days, I've seen commercials or trailers or actual shows featuring actors and actresses who did not get a good result from a cosmetic surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with wanting to look your best, but you know what? There is no guarantee, no matter who you get or how much money you spend, that it's going to work out the way you envision.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't guarantee that it's going to come out the way you hope. This is why you should be considering AMS Studios for any type. First of all, you can pamper yourself there. That's great. And there's ways you can improve your appearance with facials and things that are of a more spoiling nature, make you feel good, getting taken care of. But if you're looking to improve your body, your skin, youthful appearance, if that seems to have vanished on you, here's the woman to call.
Yeah.
Yep.
The place to call at 730-1268 AMS Studios. Talk about some of the
Yeah. Well, we do a lot of like the spoilage stuff that you like to talk about and you like to come in and do.
Yes, I do.
But we do a lot of anti-aging and just overall skin and body improvement that is a lot less invasive than plastic surgery. Non-invasive or minimally invasive. The microneedling, the Morpheus 8 microneedling is the most invasive we get. It's a 4 millimeter microneedling. It can be done on the face and the body. And that's for
I've
the
done it.
more drastic improvements that we're looking for like taking years off your face or scar improvement, that kind of stuff. But
it inspires the body through technology to do that
yes,
work.
to stimulate
It's
the
all
collagen
natural.
production again. And that's the big thing about aging is that all the collagen in your body is going to your joints so that you can keep moving. It's not
Mhm.
worried about what you look like anymore and
Mhm.
keeping you looking youthful so that you can, attract somebody to procreate with. It's focused on making sure you keep moving as
Yeah.
you get older.
Yeah.
So what we do just stimulates that production. It basically creates micro wounds in the skin
Mhm.
that your body has to heal. So obviously when it gets that signal that you're hurt somewhere, it's going to send all that good stuff in your body to heal you.
Yep.
So it is great. The downtime is minimal.
Yes.
And then the spoilage stuff that we do, I do want to say we have something exciting going on in
Oh.
July.
Ooh.
We're doing a Christmas in July giveaway
Oh.
for a facial with red light therapy and sugar scrub add-ons.
And that's
So-
for men and women.
Yes, it's the ultimate deluxe facial.
Yeah,
And-
guys, I mean, I love AMS Studios. I've been there I can't even tell you how many times. The building itself, the experience of being there is awesome.
Yes.
The results are real. So,
You have to find us on Facebook at AMS Studios to enter this giveaway.
and like somebody I happen to work with in this building here in the on the morning, who's been really attacked by the aging monster, she's always asking about what you do there, and I keep telling her,
Everything.
make a call, make an appointment. They do it all at AMS. Understand the science behind it. It makes sense and it works.
Yep.
And they'll make you happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it really does. By the way, ams-studios.com online as we get back to Skipper, and Blue Water News is next.
We have an accident on Idabel Young Road at Vaughn Road. Please use caution there. Watch out for emergency vehicles. Rain falling in the area. We've got a lot of traffic on the roads right now. Please slow down, buckle up, lights on. And be sure to watch out for your fellow drivers. We do have a couple of minor accidents that are not causing any problems. Just be alert wherever you are this afternoon, and we'll keep you updated. At McKinnon Toyota, take advantage of Camry leases as low as $329 per month and Tacomas as low as $450 per month. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. 2 people are hospitalized after back-to-back shootings in 2 separate Bell Road locations on Tuesday. A woman was wounded by gunfire at the Paddock Club Apartments around 2:45, about the same time a man was shot in the 2600 block of Bell Road, 3 miles north of the first shooting. Neither suspects or motives are known. Police continue to investigate. A Montgomery church was heavily damaged by an early Tuesday morning fire. Crews responded to the Clay Street Missionary Baptist Church around 7 a.m. and put out part of the fire before the flooring burned through. Firefighters were able to extinguish the rest of the blaze from outside the building. Hundreds of Auburn fans and students gathered at Toomer's Corner Tuesday to set a Guinness World Record for the most toilet paper rolled. The event was hosted by former Ole Miss quarterback and Super Bowl winner Eli Manning. In total, the crowd threw 7,525 rolls of toilet paper onto the trees, a new world record. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More is your low price leader for everything you need for flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies. For the best prices on luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, flooring installation supplies, and more, shop Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix. The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Earnest, 334-279-7431. Earnest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Subtle changes in our forecast over the next few days in that we'll still be in the low to mid 90s. We'll still have triple-digit heat indices nearing the 105 danger range. There will still be a fair amount of sunshine, but in the afternoon hours, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the number of storms on the radar will increase. Still random. Not every town will get a big downpour, but some towns will get a lot. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. Lows at night will be in the low to mid 70s. Pretty typical July forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Hey, this is Jody Pangle with Peaches and Clean. Have you gone with luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl planking in your home? Peaches and Clean cleans luxury vinyl tile and planking. Give us a call. We'd love to come look at it and get you an estimate or quote for your cleaning. Check us out at peachesandclean.com.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
CM truck beds, built to work, built to last. From a simple flatbed to a rugged aluminum truck bed, CM truck beds are built by the best in the industry, and you can see the difference. Rated B&W hitches, plug-and-play modular sealed wiring harnesses, LED lights, 1/8-inch steel tread decks, premium powder coat finishes. CM truck beds has a bed for you. Flatbeds, stump beds, beds with tail spikes. The side boxes and accessories are just as tough and durable. All of the CM truck beds are available for you now at Airport Trailer. Visit Airport Trailer today or call 288-5785. Make your truck and trailer come to life at Airport Trailer.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. And we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years. And now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
I've been doing electrical work for 8 years, 7 years, 6 years, 23 years. I love troubleshooting. It's one of my passions.
Electrical is all I do, unless my wife asks me to do something at home. Together, there's nothing that we can't figure out or accomplish.
We've seen it all here at Mr. Electric. Going in with the confidence to know it doesn't matter what I'm going to run into. I'm going to figure it out and confidently telling that customer, we got you taken care of.
Mr. Electric, the power to make things better.
Live local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Come and listen to my story about a woman candidate. She was talking civil rights in the Alabama state. She shocked a congregation when she opened up her mouth, and out come an accent from the deep end of the South.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far.
She was playing to the crowd with a silly southern drawl, but she works up in New York and that ain't really South at all. You'll know just where she's speaking when she opens up her throat. She'll master every dialect just to win your vote.
Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
This is painful.
There's more shrinkage in that voice than a pool at 35 degrees. Seriously. You're familiar with Veep, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
We've heard you talk about it once or twice.
Now I feel self-conscious. Maybe
Well, you're going through watching it the second time now, right?
Third
You're
time.
a little
Yeah.
obsessed. It's a hyperfixation.
It's funny. It's, I use shows to set my mood before I come in here. I do it in the morning and in the afternoon. I don't sit there in front of Fox going, what's new, fellas?
Ugh, you can't do that.
I need to get my mood set so I consume.
You need some stimulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need.
And it works, but I've become convinced now. Yeah, I guess I'm a little obsessed, but I'm convinced that Julia Louis-Dreyfus is doing Hillary and what a Hillary presidency would have been looked like, because she's the meanest, vilest, most self-centered human being ever, as Selena Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
And she's surrounded by some people that are it's just basically, it's just a great show. I will warn you, it is extremely profane. There is a ton of sexual humor in it. They use it to insult each other, but man, every character in that show will remind you of somebody.
I don't think our audience would have an issue with profane or humor like that.
I just want to.
I think people do that in real life.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of shows,
Yeah.
it almost seems gratuitous. In this one, though, it wouldn't be the same without it.
Because it's workplace humor. It's real.
Yeah, and it gives you an insight into those characters and who they are and how they're thinking. Because if they're using that as a weapon, that's something that's forefront in that character's mind.
Plus, the shows are written so crisply that I'm catching things I missed the first two times around.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's always playing in the background when I'm kind of doing something else. So that's one reason why. But I absolutely love it. And I'm thoroughly convinced that it may not have been her intention, but if she's going to remind you of any politician, it's going to be Cackles. It really is. Well, no, Cackles is Kamala. Cankles is Hillary.
There you go.
What a difference about or consonant commit, whatever the hell I'm talking about. I don't know. Just thought I'd mention it again. If you've never seen it, man, they got 7 seasons. And yeah, I guess I'm addicted.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I love the way they're spending a great deal of time on the leftist weather channel talking about seeding clouds and making it rain. Like that's what caused. Like this has been around since the 50s. Hello. Remember as a kid reading about seeding hurricanes with dry ice to cool them down to disturb the heat engine that a hurricane is. That's what causes them. Hot air over the water and the things circulate.
This is also something that they've been crying is a conspiracy theory for years.
Now that's out in the open.
And then now that Trump is president, they want to blame it on him. So they're saying the government is in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, they've become aware that this has been something that's been going on. And in my opinion, most of it was to promote a warmer temperature on the planet. They put particulate matter that draws more heat. I don't think it necessarily, because I think the whole weather system in the planet is much bigger than man's ability to really do much to change it.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree.
I mean, they were dropping plane loads of dry ice into the eyes of hurricanes in the 50s, and it didn't stop any hurricanes.
Well, it's like the dude who came up with the roundabouts are causing tornadoes.
Yeah.
He doesn't know enough about
That's the
physics
sad
and science to understand that there's no effect you're going to be having on this atmosphere that this ocean that we are walking around breathing.
But the guy that said that, he was totally sincere, remember?
We didn't have tornadoes here until we started putting into traffic circles. Because on the counter, you want to know why? When people go round and round in circles, it causes disturbance in the atmosphere and causes tornadoes.
Just because you believe
people
something.
think we're way more important and capable than we are.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah, but just because you believe something doesn't mean it's real. I mean,
Right, like the moon landing.
You know, T-Spirit just sent me an article.
Well, that goes into a line of questioning I wanted to ask you about. Because I'm sure there's some things you do believe. Like, do you believe that there is a space station orbiting Earth right now? Do you believe that that's true?
Yes.
I'm not convinced.
Okay.
Well, I see it go.
It's just because I'm so skeptical of
Mhm.
anything that
Yes.
the government tells me.
And you know what? It's
and
a
they
lot.
are capable of lying and producing things that they want us to see, and they will do it by any means necessary.
It's a lot easier for people to be comfortable with the fact. No, we didn't do that. We never
Mhm.
went to the moon. That space station that you can see from time to time based on its orbital path.
Mm-hmm.
That they tell us is what it is.
What could it be?
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's
a big Christmas.
That's how we come to consensus by going, okay, what do you believe? What do I believe? We find the things we have in common and we work from there. Because if you don't believe that there's a space station orbiting the planet, then you have to say, well, all those launches that Elon Musk are doing are all fake. And the space shuttle, was the space shuttle real?
The
or was
launch
it
could
fake?
be real.
Okay.
The actual launch.
So you're willing to concede that maybe the launches were real.
I've seen one in person, so
Okay.
I know that they actually happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just you don't know what happens once it get out of the line of sight.
Right.
And that's a very valid concern
Mhm.
because you don't have any evidence other than what somebody else is telling
What
you to
is
support
told,
it. And that's a very good thing. That's a very good thing.
I want to say we can get Jay Quillen in here before all is said and
Jay
done.
Quillen.
And heading to Baumhauer's after the show, taking a look at some of the awesome machines. You know, Jack Ingram sells some great brands, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Porsche.
Do you want to share it?
Maybe, yes, that is a great idea. Share this tab instead, he hits.
Perfect.
Look at some of these beauties. Look at that Audi, the 2021.
It's nice.
Yes.
My next car is going to be an Audi, I think.
We have somebody in the building who drives one, bought it at Ingram too, and is very, very pleased
Yes.
with their machine. Maybe the new car price might be off-putting, but when you can get a 22 or 23 or
hybrid.
24 in some of these brands like Volvo and Mercedes-Benz, that may bring it more into your wheelhouse price-wise. They got a beautiful Nissan Murano at $23,997. That is the big brother to the Rogue, which is what I drive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fantastic car. And I would have bought one, but honest, for me, it was a little too comfortable.
Yeah.
I know myself as a driver. The Rogue is great. I feel like I'm wearing that car, and it's great whether you're driving a short distance or long. It's just amazing
Mm-hmm.
and gets great gas mileage. And it's the first car I've ever owned that I've taken past the 100,000 mile mark.
Oh, really? Wow.
And all I've done is basic maintenance and tires on that machine. Of course, when you're shopping pre-owned at Jack Ingram Signature, you're looking at cars that have been so thoroughly vetted They don't want to resell somebody else's trouble, so shop with confidence at whatever price range or type of vehicle you're interested in, from sedans to convertibles to SUVs. They even have a bus. It's 2007. It's a Chevy, and I forget the name. I don't have time to look it up, but it's the pictures and video are on the website. You may want to take a look at that. It looks like the perfect thing for a church or a camp.
Yeah.
And it's only $19,999, and it's a big machine. JackIngram.com to get started, new or pre-owned. At 5:47, I think we need to get another traffic update in here. We've kind of messed around with the hour a little bit to accommodate all the great calls and so forth. So let's go. There's a lot going on. Listen carefully here.
Well, we have a very bad accident. 3 vehicles, injuries on I-85 northbound right out of the interchange. If you are merging from 65 north or south onto 85 or Day Street to 85, got to be in the rightmost lane, 1 lane traffic there, and traffic is backed up past Fairview Avenue on 65 southbound, backing up 65 northbound and on Day Street as well. We've also got some other minor accidents. Taylor Road southbound at East Chase Parkway. We got 2 in the left lane there. Got an accident in front of the former Lee High School on Ann Street. And in Wetumpka, Highway 231. This is going to be right near Huntress Street in Wetumpka. Buckle up, drive carefully. We will keep you updated. Whether you're stacking credits or starting fresh, Trentham State has flexible classes to fit your vibe. Go to trenthamstate.edu and lock in your schedule. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
There's nothing that will heat up the summer more than a hot deal from Pizza Perfect. The perfect family fill-up in July is a free order of boneless wings with the purchase of any large pizza. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet that includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Get a free order of boneless wings with the purchase of any large pizza from Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook.
When you need a new door or window replaced, you want it done right. Someone who delivers expert craftsmanship every time. Experience is a must. Listen, Davis Door and Sash. They can show you new doors and windows that can help you lower your utility bills and boost energy efficiency. Davis Door and Sash, Alabama.com or call 334-288-6010. Davis Door and Sash, the perfect fit for your home.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Recently, I met with 3 different owners of homes who had the same problem. They wanted to sell their house quick and sell it as is for cash. All 3 people were approached by different investors that said they had cash for their home, signed contracts, only to find out they were not personally going to buy their homes, but to find a buyer willing to pay more than they offered and pocket the difference. It's called wholesaling. Offer a contract to buy a house at a certain price, up to price to other buyers, and pocket the difference. I urge you, don't fall for it. You want to sell your home quick, use a licensed professional realtor, as I have been for 48 years, keeping promises to get homes sold quick. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225. Call Bo Goodson at 221-2883.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
I don't feel like being serious. We're going to Baumhauer's in 9 minutes. And we've covered all the serious stuff today, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah, Master Thesby, Pamela Dubuque.
Yeah.
And our mystery caller is?
Jacqueline.
Dun, dun, dun.
There she is.
Are we going to pick up a call today on the first try?
Are you going to push the button, Greg, or what?
I did. I did push the button.
I'm sitting here like, all right.
Sorry.
Here.
Yeah, he's begged, please, Jacqueline, please call. And then he just
I
leaves
know,
you
and then
hanging.
just ignores me.
Leaves you hanging. Well,
it was an accident.
It's fine. Accidents
I'm
happen.
thinking you had the
Don't let it happen
strawberry
again.
shortcake at the Baumhauers, and because that sounds really good today.
Mom and I are going to play Slingo.
Slingo.
Apparently, it's song bingo.
Song?
It's Singo or Slingo.
Slingo, like song and bingo added together.
So do they play the song and then you have to mark that on your board?
I don't know. I've never done it, but Mom and I are going to play with some of our bunco ladies.
The Bunko Ladies.
That sounds fun.
Sounds like it'd be fun.
I know.
When are the
Bingo.
Bunko Ladies going to do a pinup calendar?
I mean, I'm taking May.
It says online that it's slots and bingo.
Oh, well, this is just at the Mellow Mushroom in Pike Road, so I don't
Interesting.
know. But tonight's my first time going, and I will report back tomorrow with whether or not I'll be going again.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Sounds like fun. I got Mom out of the house for a little bit. We're going to let our hair down, maybe have some pizza.
How is Dardar?
Yeah.
He's good. Dardar's sitting right here,
Yeah.
ignoring me.
I think that we should plan a karaoke excursion.
Yep, name it.
That'd be fun.
Is that
would be
place
very
still
fun.
open on Vaughn Road?
Do Re Mi, is that what it's called?
It's not called Do Re Mi anymore, I don't think. It hasn't been for
I've
quite
never,
some time.
well, I've never been, but I'm willing to go.
I went when it was Do Re Mi, but I think somebody else
Did they
bought it. And
Ownership.
they
They
rebranded it.
rebranded.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need to like really pre-party before I do that and mentally prepare myself for that. But I'm so down.
I think it would be fun.
So
I'll go.
just keep in mind, don't waste any time today because it's the shortest day of the year because of the
Thank
rotation
God.
of the Earth spinning at a millisecond and a half faster than normal. So
Thank God.
the day is almost over.
I haven't noticed it being any shorter.
Hey, I get to. Is it a lecture tomorrow? I'm doing at AUM, Sam.
Yes, you are going to talk to the young peoples. We've got an
What time
audio visual. He's coming at 9:30 after the morning
Ew,
show
that's so early.
It's
Yeah.
bring your talk show host to
work day.
Greg, what are you going to talk about?
You just put on a quarter and he just goes, man. It's like it's like
I'm going
a
to talk about
jukebox.
dreams and how to achieve them.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to talk about.
If you can get through the whole talk without bringing up sticks, I'll buy your breakfast.
There is no way.
Bringing up what?
There's absolutely no way.
He's got to
I know.
impress them. He's got to impress the Utes. The
They're not
Utes-
going to be impressed with
If he
that.
brings
That's
up sticks one time, I'll buy your breakfast.
Easy.
Well, some of them may know sticks.
You know, I
but
was-
you're right. There may be a lot of them go.
I was
"Well,
feeling good when I saw your name on the phone, but now I'm feeling bad because
I want to go to breakfast.
Let's go to First Watch.
Yes.
what's that?
Oh, it's good. They have eggs Benedicts. Yummy.
Oh, I'm
It's
into
a
that.
breakfast place in East Chase.
Oh,
Mhm. They're opening one in Prattville soon too.
I know. I know.
Not that I live there anymore, but I work there every day.
I know. Well, Mom and I are going to Slingo. You guys are going to the Baumhauers.
yes.
Oh, Mom's listening. Mom is listening because she just went, I love Baumhauers.
Say hi
Right.
to Dardar for me.
Greg says, hi, Dardar. What do you say, Dardar?
We've got to organize the Afterburner Challenge at Baumhauers. With
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we got to do that.
Afterburner challenge. Ooh.
That's what I named it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll do it.
We can't use hot ones. I named
We
it.
got
Every
it.
time I
We
hear
gotta
the word
start
afterburner,
slow.
though, I think about eating those jalapenos at the ballpark and the.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's why. You wanna
That's
burn
why
your
it's
mouth
called
off.
that.
Oh, I see. I guess my thinking's
The
good.
whole point
Yes.
is to eat and to cry.
Well, have fun at your Slingo, and we'll look forward to your report tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jacqueline.
She's amazing. She really
That's
is.
great.
All right, it's 5:56.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and special